Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales from Tuatha. We're bringing you the stories of adventure, danger, loss, and heroic triumph from a land within our imaginations. Bringing these tales today is Nerida the Drown,
Hello.
Cora Hilltopple,
I'm excited not to be at the end of a rope confused for the entire session.
Harbakir Toll Middleek,
It just kept rolling really well.
Lost,
I got some sweet new kicks.
Chance,
I'm gonna steal a cloak.
and Welgwyn Woodbarrel.
I fell all the way out of a tree, but I'm ready to put that behind me.
Thank you for being with us today to share in our tale. Here is what happened last time. Having defeated the bands of orcs and their Etten accomplices, the party found an interesting magical cloak with a diamond pattern on the back. They decided to rest in the wild and had a small run-in with a band of raccoons who Harbakir Toll Middleek saw fit to explode. In the morning, they made it back to the road to Moontip and saw a strange mass down the road in front of them. It turned out to be a huge contingent of the Lothurian military, clearly headed toward the Great Dividing Wall in response to its breach. The party was questioned and nearly detained by Captain Ironwing. They barely managed to convince the captain to let them pass, and asked Captain Ironwing of Maldith Alexin, the great dwarf spoken of by Helm, whose tomb Alik was to seek. While traveling the road, Lost was pulled off path by a feeling some connection to something deep in his past. It led him into the forest to a mass of vines. Lost spoke with the vines, and they revealed that they guarded the cabin of his youth. The party rested in the cabin for the night. In the morning, Lost led them to where he had seen the great tree in his visions, and they found an enormous oak hundreds of feet tall, just as Lost had seen. Lost summoned giant lizards and led the party to climb the enormous arboreal aberration. Once atop it, they discovered, as Lost had seen, that it had a great hole in the center, and they proceeded to climb down. On the way down, they met with hostile insects, denizens of the great tree, who sprayed them with confusing toxins. Some of the party fell down the deep shaft of the tree, but eventually they defeated all of the insects and had descended to the bottom. There, Lost uncovered a great artifact of Miliki, the fertile roots, boots which, when worn, gave Lost a feeling of a great wellspring of power inside him. That brings us to now. Oh no, is the game not up? The game should be up. Of course, my audio is not working for some reason. There we go. Let's get everybody in here. Let me check one more time on her computer.
Ah,
Yep.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Well,
Awesome.
that was probably yes. Not through Iden's computer.
Nope, that is
No,
definitely
through my
through Alma's phone. Yeah.
Can you guys see me or just hear me?
Just hear
Just
you.
here.
Okay. Let's see if I can get video, but at least it's better than nothing.
Hey, there you are.
Sweet. Alright, well, I can wander around the house.
computer seems to be working. Hopefully it doesn't. Let's see.
Oh, mine does?
Yep.
Well, I'm on the phone now.
That's fine, I guess.
You gotta get one of those like selfie sticks now and like
Yeah.
a hip strap.
Hold it.
So they'll just do it for you.
Okay.
A little bit of echo on Iden, but
Well, yeah, we'll be.
It's probably because my
There.
phone locked in. I'll try to switch to the computer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Phone.
Sleepy.
Okay. The cavernous tree creaks from what you can only assume is the wind outside its trunk. The small pit which Lost dug to reveal his prize catches a small deluge of loosened soil as you stand about its edge, filling it slightly. The glow of magical daylight encompasses and warms you. You feel as though it is, ironically, a rare phenomenon in this place. Perhaps it has scared the remaining critters away. You can only hope. Lost, you remove your plain leather boots and don the strange pair you've just uncovered from within the base of the great tree. Standing in these new footwear, you feel a connection to the soil beneath you. The subtle moisture of the soil, its richness with nutrients, its density, its very nature are known to you, and you feel as one with it. From your feet, a wellspring of power flows up into you. Surges of what you only occasionally glimpse when you invoke Miliki and call forth her divine magic ripple through you from your toes to the tip of your horns and back uncontrollably. You might surrender to this and use it to reach out. You might surrender to this and use it to reach out to your goddess to establish a connection with her and channel her on this plane. However, as the power courses through you, there's a second of clarity and focus in which you gain control, and the ability to bend space and time becomes feasible, if only for a moment. The power surges back and forth, up and down, and you realize that with some practice, you might capture it. What would you like to do?
Practice. Yeah, definitely see if I can harness this.
Okay. You lift your head and focus, catching the ebb and flow of this new power. Harnessing this power will require a focus on the self, in contrast to the selfless state you feel when invoking the power of Miliki. The control is there, just below the swell of energy. You can feel it. You plunge your consciousness into it, living within it and drawing it in as you focus. The rhythm defies you, but you conquer it with your will, pushing against it and pulling it as you wish, until eventually you can control it. It surges through you still, but your command over it has grown significantly, and you can now press it and evoke it, though with some difficulty. Everyone else, Lost's eyes glow with divine light, which crackles across his body and flickers out around him, illuminating the space. He lifts his hands to his sides, and as he does, the roots of this great tree around him turn upwards and rise. He presses his hands downwards, and the roots bend and strain down as if pushed by an enormous force. They grow up from beneath him and lift his body off the ground, forming a small pedestal, which lifts him so that his feet dangle just above the soil. Lost, your tether to Miliki is almost forgotten, as the power of the goddess washes through you. Exerted yourself, you fall back into a place of rest, and open your eyes to see your compatriots gathered around you in the trunk of the great Ingenzabur, the tree in which you stand.
Well, that's a thing.
We saw all of that, right?
Yes. Well, you didn't feel what Lost was feeling, but
No,
you saw his
we saw
eyes glow and him command the roots of the tree with his hands, seemingly.
Can you do that all the time now?
I feel in control.
Do you feel like the connection is restored?
There's a power, and I feel it's inherently tied to Mieliki, but I don't necessarily feel her with it. It's kind of an interesting trade. But I definitely feel more connected to the earth than I have in some time.
That's amazing.
Truly, Helm has blessed you with this artifact.
Yes. Yeah, you're completely right, Alec. But whatever these boots are, they are definitely anchoring me back to nature and giving me increased control over my power.
Do they still do it when you're like jumping or standing on metal or something? Right.
You know, I think there are some limits to what the boots themselves are capable of doing, but the connection, I don't think, dwindles. But no, I don't think I can grow roots in solid metal.
No, I would have meant, if you were like not touching the ground, would it impact your connection again?
No, because I can command the roots to come to me.
There you go. Beautiful. Perfect.
Did you ever think about whose shoes those were? Because that's gross.
Yeah, I personally would not wear a pair of shoes that I found in an old tree. But, I can be fussy, so.
These boots are a gift. And I take them willingly. Besides, I've definitely worn worse things on my feet.
I'm just saying, man, there's some powders or something we should put in there beforehand. You don't want to get extra fungus. I know you like nature and all, but
Perhaps you could find a more stylish patron, Walgwyn.
I mean, if he's comfortable with it, with his tree boots, that's fine. I'm not here to judge.
The fashion of my clothing is not something I'm concerned with.
Well, that's obvious.
There might be a spider in there. Did you shake him out before you put them on?
I hope there's a spider in there. I mean,
Yeah,
I hope I didn't kill him as I put my feet in the boot. But he'll keep me company.
Feel sort of embraced by the boots. You don't think you killed anything while you put them on.
Yeah. And they're just the perfect fit. It's like they were made for me.
Speaking of things that were made for me,
Yeah, I know. You look a little cold at the base of this tree. You want this cloak? You've been eyeballing it for a while.
it's got a cool pattern.
Hey, man, you could have taken it off of that orc corpse. Everyone was just leaving it behind. And I thought it was neat. But you're right. It's not exactly my style. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope we've all learned the power of sharing.
I want new clothes too. Can we go shopping next time we're in the city?
Yes, you can come with us
don't
next time
have
we have
any
a girls'
money.
day, Cora.
You
Yes.
gave it all to the miners.
Hey, with Welgun around, we don't really need that much money.
I love getting things from stores.
We are due to be paid when we make it back to Thaura.
I don't think she was talking about with money.
Oh, well. That'll be on your heads.
Well, I suppose we probably should get out of the base of this tree, although I don't know about how you're feeling, Welgun, but the end of that fight, even with my renewed power, the end of that fight feels like it kind of took a little out of me.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great. So,
I'm doing great.
Also, Welgwyn, you have a little bit of that weird, insect jelly on the side of your mouth.
leaving it there for later. It's a fun trip.
You know what? Lost can probably use it to draw power from if you rub it on his.
Any chance those boots could climb us out of this tree? Or are you going to have to turn into 56 lizards again?
Yeah, I think the lizards is probably going to be the best route.
Oh, come on. Use your magic to open us a hole out of the tree trunk and then close it behind you.
Yeah, make the whole tree dance.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure the limits of my power, but I really don't want to do. I mean, the center of this tree is hollowed out, but it's still a living thing. I'm not sure I can do that without damaging it.
You won't know until you think about it.
By
asking the DM.
Yeah, I know. Can I open an exit at the base of this tree?
You can certainly try. How are you going to do this? You just
I don't know, feeling
Exit be there.
kind of using the same feeling that I was evoking to that I was using to evoke kind of the growth of the vines to kind of have the tree
okay.
part. I don't know.
To have it part. You feel like you have some control over this power, but it's going to take a little while to really command it thoroughly. So you put your hand up against the interior bark of this tree, and you reach out with your newfound power. Roll just a flat wisdom check.
Will someone
I'll roll it
do that
for
for
you.
me? Yep.
That's a nat 20. So
Holy shit.
get this on
Tree
here.
dances.
Right?
There. Okay. Even though this power is new to you, you feel it coursing and surging through you, and you start to ride the rhythm of it and control it and push it into the tree, asking the tree to part. And it starts like chipping and chiseling away. It's straining, it creaks and groans, and this horrible screeching noise. An opening at the base of the tree. It's about a doorway size, just barely big enough for you to fit in. And outside, the daylight pours in.
Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
I'm kind of surprised that worked, quite frankly. But yeah, at least we have a little bit easier path out than we took in.
Anyone else feeling a little bit warmer now? Oh my.
I think that's all you, Cora.
I definitely think I could use a rest after all that. I even though it's kind of, even though the sun is still shining, I suggest we take shelter in the house again.
Sounds good.
Relax a little bit after that ordeal.
So you head out through the hole you've created?
Yes.
This is directly behind the house, right?
No, it's a ways away. It's a few miles away
Okay.
from the house.
Maybe we should heal some people up before we trek back. If we're gonna be resting at the house anyway.
Anything you can do would be appreciated.
Let's see. I can give. Who's hurt?
Lost is definitely hurt.
As is Welgwyn. We both took a
Okay.
mighty tumble down that tree.
Lost and
Ah.
Walgwyn can both have a level 2 cure wounds.
All right. That heal?
Great.
Oh no. That's exactly what I rolled for you last time.
So one person, let's say, plus. Sorry, I forgot everything. I got
Plus
that.
5, so it should be 8.
Plus 5. Okay. So one person. Let's just say Walgwyn.
Oh, it's
gets
6 and 7?
Okay.
Or are you casting heal wounds at level 2?
8. 2. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8. Yeah.
All right. Walgwyn gets 8.
Thank you.
By the way, roll wisdom. Reach
Oh,
out to
yeah.
Umberly.
Someone gets, or Lost gets that amount. plus 5. 11.
Your connection to Umberly is
Plus
tenuous,
7.
but you reach out on the first one. You're good. Roll again for the second one. Establish the connection.
Ooh,
Plus 8.
16.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, plus 8? Yeah, 17. No. It's plus 5. It's just flat wisdom.
Okay.
So 14. You struggle a bit the second time, but you manage to make that connection and still heal your companion with the light, divine power of Umberly. All right. So you emerge from the tree. Standing before you are 3 men. They don't have shirts, they kind of just have like simple loincloths on, and they all carry spears. One of them looks familiar to you.
Oh, hey, is it that one guy?
He steps forward. Rotahin.
Northern guy.
Rotahin. How have you done this to the tree?
I was granted a gift, and in return,
Really picks him up.
and using that gift, I was able to ask the tree to clear a path.
The Ingenzabor listens to you. Truly, you are blessed. They sort of bow a bit before you.
I'll bow in return.
We have come to make prayers before our hunt. We now learn these lands, and your people have ignored us the last few moons. Some are wary still. What has happened to make them this way?
There's a great amount of conflict happening to the east. That is causing a lot of distress for the people over here. And you know, I much like yourselves am not necessarily easily welcomed by the people of these lands, but I hope that, you know, we can overcome these issues, and my friends and I we're trying to do what we can to help with this conflict happening, and with that maybe bring some level of understanding to what can be done when we work together.
There is conflict in the north. There is conflict in the east. There is conflict here. The world is in chaos, it seems.
Indeed, it's a troubling time.
Protect yourself. Do not have Uchula for you. Hopefully, we will see you again.
Yes, same to you. I hope you and your companions have good luck in your hunt, and I hope these problems don't reach you, or at least continue to cause trouble for you.
Ulchula. He holds his fist up. And they turn and depart from you.
Goodbye.
Ulchula!
Okay. I think we should head towards the cabin. I'm glad they were friendly, but they're right. There's conflict all around. Should rest up before anything else happens.
I mean, just do you want to? You're just gonna leave the tree open? Did you
Holy Shrine, Millie.
did you get raised in a forest? You just want to leave the tree open when you leave?
I'm really not sure that there's much I can do. But I guess I'll try and see if the tree wants to shut itself.
Right. Place your hand on the tree and focus. Shame you can't roll these die. We'll see.
I have physical dice in my backpack. I could
Oh,
roll
you
a
could-
real die.
You could do that too. What's your wisdom
On
mod?
camera the whole time.
+3. Let me
Plus
check. I
3,
got
so
my
16
character sheet.
total.
Yeah.
The power sort of ripples through you. You struggle to contain it and push it. The tree creaks, shifts, the bark shatters off, falls to the ground. The opening does not close.
Yeah, I didn't do much better in my physical D20. Can I instead? Let's see. What the heck is the spell? Hold on a second. I want to try one more thing. Can I cast plant growth to like get any vines or anything to kind of obstruct the opening into the tree?
Sure.
I'll do that then.
Growth. You start to reach out to Miliki, and you feel the connection is very tenuous. And then you remember, wait, I have this power within me. You focus, control. It's a brand new feeling for you to not have divine help. You cast the spell. Some vines grow up around the base of the tree. They swirl, contort, they interlock, and move past each other and lock into place, concealing the entrance to the great Ingensibor.
There we go. Chance, you satisfied?
Yeah, I think Miliki would be very happy that you covered her tree hole.
I agree.
Nobody likes to have an exposed tree hole, you know? And I'm going to stop saying tree hole.
Thank
I think
you.
that's probably for the best.
All right, so you are pretty far off the road. Did you want to head back to Lost's childhood cabin, or did you want to head back to the road? To
We were gonna
Minton
go to the
or
cabin, weren't
anywhere
we?
else?
Yeah, I think we were planning on going to the cabin.
Okay. Cabin is fairly nearby, not too far. 5 or 6 miles over hills. You retrace your steps backwards and come across a great mass of vines. Whistle in the wind.
Open up, vines. Please.
They peel open outward like a blooming flower to reveal the cabin, immaculately protected.
As we were before, we should be safe here while we rest up.
Let's see. It's about 4 hours to get back to the cabin, so it's still early afternoon by the time you get back. You can stay and rest if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna. At the very least, I'm gonna head inside and fiddle with my new boots.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely not looking to get in any sort of conflict right now until we've rested here.
All right.
I feel rough.
So is everyone taking a rest in the cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to rest through the entire night until the next day?
Yeah, we probably might as well.
Might as well. It was a busy day.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you all enter the cabin, the vines close in around you again. You think it might be suffocating or claustrophobic, but the air is very fresh inside the cabin at all times. You don't feel any draft. It just feels nice and comforting. You roll out bedrolls and rest easily for the night. You have several extra hours of non-resting time if you wish to do anything special with those for any reason.
I just want to make sure that I spend the time resting with the cloak.
Okay. Do you not have the information for the cloak? I can send that over to you.
I
do
sent
not.
the information. Oh,
We did?
check your email.
Don't yell at me.
Check your D&D email. Your dragon email.
Also, I was working on a homebrew item for D&D Beyond. Once I finish it, I'll send it to you. I selfishly finished Fertile Roots, but
Okay.
Fertile Roots boots.
Didn't I give you the info for Fertile Roots?
you did. And that's how I created a homebrew item so that D&D Beyond shows it,
Oh, okay. I see.
since it was an invention of your own.
Okay. All right. Does anyone want to do anything else with their time? Not, then you all awaken. You somehow know it's morning. You just see little bits of daylight creeping through the cracks left between the vines. And Lost, I assume you speak to them, ask them to part, they part. You spend time with the boots, and you spend time also like focusing and channeling this power and learning to control it better for yourself.
If I could, I'm a smith. I might as well use the time. Can I make like some caltrops or something? Would I need iron or?
You would
lead
need
or-
some kind of metal to do it, certainly, and
not
without like a forge, you can't really melt metal and shape it. You could, if you had like shards of metal, you could perhaps hammer them into some shape, like
Do
just
you have any nails?
cold hammer them.
If you got
Like
any nails, I
anybody-
can just.
Don't think anybody has
Caltrops.
any nails,
All right, whatever.
unfortunately.
We'll be fine. I was going to give them to the sneaky types, but that's all right.
Hmm.
Don't take apart my cabin.
That is a great idea.
There actually don't seem to be any metal nails of any sort in this cabin.
Yeah.
I want to make wooden caltrops.
It's just been shaven into shapes that like interlocking log planks.
My parents were masters of Japanese woodworking, okay? Even though Japan doesn't exist in this fantasy
It's
world.
very finely cut, sanded, oiled. Very
These
nicely
are Eastern woodworking techniques.
made. They're Siberian.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the morning, I assume you head out. You want to head back to the road?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Greg, you can dip anytime you like.
Rock, I'm going to do that because it's now
Okay.
2. Tim, you got me.
Got it.
Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Thanks for popping in.
Um,
Hopefully we can. Oh yeah, that'll screw everything up. Cool. Okay, well, we'll do this. A little better. Okay. I would say it takes you another 2 or 3 hours to make it back to the road. Oh, it's crying baby time.
Yeah, for
It's
us
okay.
too.
Oh yeah.
It's that time of the day.
You make it back to the road. It's very obvious. I mean, you were there when the troops passed, but the road is clearly like sullied significantly by the number of troops that have passed recently, including carts that they're bringing supplies and other provisions. Do you want to head back towards Moontip? Where are we going?
We wanted to go north, right? I forget why we wanted to go north. Oh, we wanted to go to Moon Tip to try to follow the lead on that girl, elf girl, whose last name I can't remember, but should.
Lucretia Cecile.
Yeah, Cecile.
So let's go to Moon Tip.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, you have no pack animals to ride, but still Moontip. So Moontip is maybe a full day's journey away. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We could have Pack Lizard. And actually, I think he can summon like 8 draft horses now.
Let's see what we can do.
But only
You
for an hour
actually,
at a time,
you could
so.
make it there just after nightfall.
What if Lost were able to summon multiple our draft horses multiple times? Then we could.
It's probably concentration, so you can't do it multiple times.
Well, he can make like 8
you
at
mean-
once. I mean,
And how long does it
Yeah.
last?
an hour.
I can, 8 beasts of quarter lower, draft horses in the quarter.
And we really only need 4 because he can turn into something, and Welgwyn and Cora.
Candy and
can-
Cora can ride
up.
together.
And it
Well, I mean-
lasts.
You don't have to summon like partial. It doesn't make any difference. You might as well just summon all the horses.
Well, I mean, I don't remember if they're CR 1/8 or CR quarter. So
They're 1/4.
if we can summon 4 or 8,
They're a quarter. What is the
Okay.
spell? Summon
Conjure animals.
conjure animals. So you can summon 8 of them.
Cool.
So you just summon.
riding horses. Are they a higher CR than draft horses?
It doesn't seem to specify. How about giant seahorses?
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Won't exactly
I'm
work
down.
over land, but that may be helpful at some point.
Question.
Oh
Riding
god!
horses are also CR a quarter, so I would summon riding horses. If you summon riding horses, you can get in like by evening, no problem.
Okay. Yeah,
But-
let's do that then.
Like doubles your speed. All right.
Third
Lost waves his hands, summon the horses, and you charge down the road towards Moontip.
Horse nuke.
Yeah, the roads are surprisingly bare. You encounter virtually no one on the way there.
Any bears?
No actual bears.
Surprisingly.
By the way, for anyone interested, you can actually see the calendar. Might find a way to get it on the stream as well.
Shoot.
It's in the group chat in Steam. It should update in real time, hopefully. You might have to refresh it. So, you come upon Moontip mostly as you left it. Bands of children play in the streets, and some recognize you as you pass. They wave and cry out, follow you for a bit, swinging sticks and declaring themselves Lost or Nerida, heroes of Moontip. One even rumples his face and hunches down a bit, brandishing a particularly thick and knobbly stick and declaring that he's Harpakir Tol Middleek, Helm's Chosen. He has a crudely drawn gauntlet on his shirt with charcoal.
Can we whip out? Well, can I whip out my didgeridoo and play that as we march into
Sure.
the city?
Announcing your presence.
I need Cora to join me.
Didgeridoo. Yeah, I'll join in on my loop. Yeah.
All right, both of you roll. God, what is this? What's it called? Performance.
Performance.
But I get
I feel like I should have put points into that.
proficiency. We both get proficiency on our roll. Because
If you're
we're
proficient with the
singing our
instrument, sure, yeah.
Oh, I am proficient with the instrument, so yeah, okay. But not performance.
So 19, and you got 11. Oh, 9.
I got a 9.
I thought our
So the
proficiency was like
didgeridoo
5.
it's hard to make it sound good. You do your best. It's just like you're a little bit off. Cora seems to be strumming her lute in time, so with sort of your pace and like singing gently about the heroes of Moontip, blah blah blah, slain the mighty Metakiri, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Draw a few looks from townspeople as you pass. They clap and cheer. Townsguard nod and smile at you as you pass. Denizens carry buckets of water, crates of vegetables, fruits, fresh meats. A horse-drawn cart passes with the words Thurgood's Sweetberry Wine written on the side, along with a painting of a jovial-looking man holding a basket of fresh berries of all colors. As you reach the center of town, there's a small gathering of people. You notice one of them is the mayor, and he seems to be meeting with a couple of people you don't exactly recognize, but you think are probably local denizens of the town. And there's one person with them in an enormous white robe emblazoned with the glorious sun, the symbol of Lothuria, on the front. Seem to be discussing something. Just beyond that, there's the Pale Glow Tavern that you're used to as well.
I think I want to head straight to the Cecile Manor.
Oh, okay. Is everyone following him? Or?
Can I try to eavesdrop on the guy with the cloak?
Sure. You're gonna do it stealthily? You're gonna try to not have them notice you?
Yeah, is there like something nearby that I can pretend to be looking at?
Yeah, I mean, it's the town center. There's an enormous statue of Velen Lysarius with his great hawk.
Cool, I'm gonna cozy up to that and try to overhear what they're talking about.
All right, roll stealth.
Okay.
Where you going, Wilgwyn? Are you going to follow us all?
So that's a 13.
All right. They sort of take notice of you, like, standing kind of near them, but don't seem too concerned about it necessarily. You hear the man in the white coats. He's like, "Now, Mayor, you've said that Untip stands with Lothuria. In this time, we require use of your lumberyard and access to your hunters and rangers. It's all for the war effort. You see, there's a bit of an incursion to the east, and we wish to quell it as quickly as possible." Well, I am... We, of course, are loyal citizens of Lothuria. We'll comply. I'll assemble what I can. Seems to be... he turns to his left to a woman who's quite considerably larger than him, with sort of strapped leather across her chest, a bow tucked on her back, and a quiver. Riatha, can you assemble the hunters and take stock of everything they've gotten so far? Blah, blah, blah. So they continue to have this conversation basically about like what stocks are available and how to mobilize the hunters and rangers and loggers for best use in the effort.
All right, I'm getting a little bored, so I'm going to return to the rest of the group.
Okay. Alik is... You just ignore that, right? And you're headed straight towards the Cecile Manor.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, let's go there. I'm not just going to, like, ditch everyone and go, no. Because
Okay.
I think I need backup and tactful people to help.
The mayor definitely notices, like, your party, but he's not going out of his way to go greet you or anything like that just yet. He seems to be engaged in this conversation. The mayor said hello?
Yeah. No, I said turn to everyone. We should say hello.
Oh.
He might be able to give us some information about Miss Cecile.
Yeah.
So you go up to them?
Sure.
They're still sort of engaged in conversation. You just kind of like push
I'll
your way.
awkwardly stand there until he notices and says hello.
He keeps glancing over the guy in the white cloak's shoulder towards you guys. Excuse me a moment. I'll be right back and we'll finish the tour. The guy in the white cloak sort of turns to look over to you all. You notice he has sort of slick black hair, dark green eyes. He fills this enormous cloak pretty decently. He seems to be a little bit overweight, and his face is wrinkled slightly with age. He looks very stern.
Has he gained weight since last time we saw him?
Last time you saw him, you don't
mayor?
recognize the. Oh no, this is the guy in the white cloak.
Oh,
His
okay.
name you don't know yet.
Is his
Put a
name
glance
Mayor by
over.
chance?
His name is not Mare.
It's Nair.
No. Let's see, what was the mayor's name? Regin Umberhold.
Reginald.
Not Reginald. Regin
Regin
Umberhold.
Umberholt.
Umberholtz. It's like DT. He saunters over to you, like resting on his cane slightly. Yes, you all have returned. It's good to see you again, especially you, Nerda.
Good to see you again, too.
Yeah, you're always welcome in Moontip. We've got the plaque hanging over Town Hall. What can I do for you all?
Oh, we were just in town and thought we would say hello since we saw you out on the street.
Yes, hello.
Cecile. What do you know about them?
The Cecile family lives here in town. You asked about them before, didn't you?
Yeah, this time a specific one. Layla? Layla? Is it Layla?
Lucretia.
Lucretia. Oh, hell.
You were very far off.
Oh, yes, that's the young daughter. I haven't seen her in some time. I don't get out to the Cecile residence very often. Whatever.
That's all. I just nod and grunt.
Okay. Well, is there anything else I can do for you folks while you're in town?
No, we're just passing through, but if we think of anything, we'll let you know.
You seem to have a couple of new travelers with you, and a missing one as well. Where's that dragon?
Oh, they had other business to attend to, so they've gonna take care of that.
Very well. And why don't you introduce me to your new friends? It's always good to see new faces here in Moontip.
This is Walgwyn Woodbarrel, and this is Chance. Anyone else you don't recognize? In that set?
Hello, Elgwyn. He leans down and grabs your hand gently and kisses it. It's like, I am Mayor Reginumbos at your service.
It is so nice to meet you. See, people have manners here.
This is Welgwyn Woodbarrel of the Woodbarrels, Mr. Mayor.
You don't say. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Well, if there isn't anything else, I have a lot of important business to attend to. I'm the mayor, you know, so I'll be seeing you later.
Sounds good. Take care.
Yes? He sort of waves his stick in the air. Goodbye.
Bye.
He heads back over to the guy in the white cloak and the other two people there, and they sort of walk off together. Well, is she over here? Is the lumberyard? He just walks off down the street.
He didn't want to shake my hand.
He basically ignored you, in fact.
What a jerk.
Don't worry, it's not racism. He's just really creepy.
You seem to be paying a lot of extra attention to Nerida and Walgwyn and Cora.
Great.
Racism.
Yeah,
It's sexism.
I forget, you guys never met the mayor, right? He is very creepy.
Oh no.
About as creepy as that, what I thought was a prostitute was.
Oh my god. Yeah. We really got to stop judging books by their covers, honestly.
All right, so you're heading
I
to the
don't
Cecile
understand
residence?
what this prostitute is. She just wanted to be your friend, Ellie. Why couldn't you be more friendly? It's the first dwarven woman we've seen in a while.
Well, the rest of them just spring up out of the ground, you know?
Like on command?
Yeah, like when you need one.
Well, you certainly would need a woman's touch to help you keep yourself together every now and then. I can see why that would be a handy skill for you.
All right, so you headed off to the Cecile residence?
Go to the Cecile.
Just ignore that comment. All right, so as before, you make your way to the Cecile residence.
Sounds good.
Takes a little bit to find it. Your memory is a tad foggy from where it was last time you were here. And by the time you get there, it's nearly sundown. Again, the crest, the 7 diamond stars over a mountain and lake adorns their wall. And a lantern, small lantern, lights the doorway. Just standing in front of the house.
Well, dwarf, you had business here.
I knock on the door. I tried to do a knock sound, but it was way too loud.
Oh, yeah, like did not work.
Didn't translate.
Okay. Eventually, the door opens, and man, you recognize as Lucretia and Dakota's father is standing before you. It is you again. Can I help you? Was it Alik? Yes, we met a
Yes.
few weeks ago.
Yeah, we've just come to ask some questions about Lucretia. I'm sure she's around here, and I just start walking in.
Do you know where she is? You just start walking in. He's
Yeah,
like
just
taken
kinda
aback
stepping-
about how rude you are. So, but yeah, come in. I guess. Do you know where she is?
No, do you know where she is?
She's been lost to us since we performed Dakota's burial rites in Thaura. We haven't seen her in weeks.
Oh dear.
You-
We.
So go ahead.
Oh no, I mean we might be able to help you with that. Maybe tomorrow morning.
What can you do tomorrow morning that you can't do tonight?
I could ask my god if she can track her down, but unfortunately I'm not prepared today.
Oh. Yes. Anything you can do would be helpful. Out of one of the back rooms, elven woman comes. She sees you and sort of sets down the knitting she's carrying. Why are you here? Almond turns to her. They say they can help us find Lucretia. We've been greatly worried. We searched all of Thaura for her. Hasn't turned up anywhere. No one seems to know where she is. If you can help find her, we'd be incredibly grateful.
I'll do the best that I can.
Did she have any friends that you know of that she may have run off with? Acquaintances? You know, unsavory types, tieflings, that sort of thing.
Hey!
I see you have a few tieflings with you yourself.
I didn't mean all tieflings, of course. Just, well, you know.
Hey!
He sort of glares at you. It's like, no, I don't know. Anyway,
So you don't know about tieflings?
Oh god.
his face sours heavily and he just grimaces at you.
Anyway, so tomorrow I'll be able to do my best to find her. But any information you have for us in the meantime could be very helpful.
Yes, sort of taken aback by how racist Alik is. It's like, we went to Thaura, we performed the burial rite for Dakota, stayed with relatives there. In the morning, she was gone. We scoured the entire city. Asked around at all the stores, taverns, pubs. Few people thought they might have seen her, but weren't able to tell us where she might be staying if she were still in town. After a week or two, we had to give up searching. Come back to Moontip and hope she returns home. This is very unlike her. She stayed here her whole life. Till now.
Did she ever show an interest in magic? Magical rites, more than just maybe an academic interest?
Not in magic. She read a lot of books, mostly fairy tales. Seemed to write some herself sometimes.
Do you have any?
Very
that we
creative.
Might view it. Might provide some insights.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage because you're a weird racist.
Maybe I shouldn't be so racist. But you know tieflings, right? You know how they are.
They're all demons.
Oh,
Still
wow,
pretty
that's
good.
great. Well,
12?
yeah, it's -1.
Okay. Do you know what you're looking for in particular? We have her books here, but it's kind of
If I could
personal.
borrow one of her books or another item of personal importance to her, I could try to scry on her today. I can't locate her if she's here, but I could try to peek in on her.
And if I may, the more powerful the sentimental connection, the more powerful the link. So, if there were perhaps a journal, a work that meant a lot to her, something like that.
His wife sort of looks up at you. She's like, I'll do it. I'll get it.
Or if you even have a lock of her hair or something like that. That would
Looks
be
at you
Can I
really
have a-
strangely.
Great.
She goes back into a back room.
It'll help establish
has
the
any
connection to
dresses.
her, is all.
That would fit me.
Have what?
Don't mind Cora.
What did she say?
Don't worry about it.
She's not very world wise. We're working on it.
All right. Whatever you say. Would you like some tea while you're here?
Oh yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
What, like tea fling? Is that supposed
No, I just stand in front of him.
Like stamping on his foot. Shut up. He goes off and puts a kettle on and like prepares some cups, and you have you share a small chat for a while. So, do you know what's going on around here? A bit more worldly than we are.
You mean with the war?
The war? Is there a war?
Well, I don't know if it's a war, but we've been a little bit out of it ourselves. But we heard there was a conflict at the wall. Seems to have gotten everyone riled up.
The dividing wall. That's where the troops
Yes.
were headed.
Yes, exactly.
Elodil comes back out at this point, holding a small book, maybe about.
We had heard that a large portion of the wall was destroyed, but that's just what we had heard. We can't
Destroyed.
I
confirm
met
that.
the king.
Then the peace is broken between Lathuria and Tiberia. Well,
It appears that way. We've spent some time in the woods recently, so we'll have to get caught up.
do you think we should evacuate? Some already have, but most people are still confident that Untip will be all right.
I mean, I don't know if it's become that serious or where you would evacuate to, but I mean,
As
you
I
know,
said,
as
we have some family in Thaura. It may be difficult. I imagine it's crowded there.
It is a citizen's duty to stay and help provide for the war effort.
That is fair. Elodil sort of thrusts this book out in front of her towards Nerida. Will this work? She wrote it herself. It's a fairy tale of a girl and her brother. I think it was meant to be about her and Dakota.
Oh, that's so lovely. Well, yeah, I mean, unless you happen to have like a lock of her hair or something like that, this would be the best.
This is
Or like a hairbrush or, nail clippings. I don't know anything. I'm reaching here. I know it sounds strange, but the closer to her person it is, the more of a
roll
connection. I see.
persuasion.
Oh God.
Perhaps a toothbrush.
Weird request.
Maybe a used ear swab.
Do you have any of her
No.
vaginal secretions? Like,
That'll be a 0.
Maybe several
One-
vials of blood serum?
She's very creeped out.
do you keep any of her blood? She's like, we have this book.
Okay.
Does the book have
So-
any hair in it?
Here, can I flip through the book for like hair real quick. Just out of
You can flip through the book. You're now being very strange. Almond walks over and pours the tea and is like, seems to be looking over at Elodil like, what the fuck are these people talking about?
That's okay. We're a big band of weirdos.
He brings over a tray with tea. He says like, well, it is quite late.
Well, I'll ignore that and sit down and start focusing on scrying.
Are you gonna
For
scry right
10
here, right
minutes.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You start like sort of, drawing symbols on the floor and like chanting and saying weird
Yeah.
shit.
So I don't know if it counts as meeting the target or knowing the target well, and I have possession.
You've met her.
Yeah. So I don't know her well though.
I mean, you know her well enough. You've spoken with her. I would say that's well enough to scry on somebody. Let me see.
But will you give me the modifier? Is what I'm asking. To be more direct, I'll just.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, you know the target well? No, but you have met her, so firsthand, so
Yeah,
plus 0.
and then I have a possession, so -4.
Okay. You realize this costs... Oh, you need a focus worth 1,000 gold.
When I have a focus, that's like just part of my character.
Is it worth
A
1,000 gold?
personal work
Is
like
it getting?
priceless item.
It's not getting used, but it says things like such as a crystal ball,
Well,
a silver
I
mirror,
sit
or a
down
font filled with
awkwardly and try
water.
to focus and realize that I can't do it, and I'll go, I'm sorry, I'll come back tomorrow, and I just run out of the house super embarrassed that we're out.
Almond sips his tea, just staring at the rest of you. Well then,
They don't have a silver mirror that they're serving the tea
It
on.
has to be something I care about.
they serve tea on a silver mirror worth 1,000 gold.
Beautiful. That's perfect.
No.
Don't
What
erase
time
any
is it?
symbols.
It's like the sun is setting currently.
Okay.
They happen
I
to have
guess
a
I'm
pair of,
outside on
like,
the street.
Really expensive tiefling horns that we could use as a focus.
All right.
So we were about to go to bed. If you all could leave, we'd appreciate that.
We would actually love a place to stay. That's very gracious of you to offer.
No. They get up and start like pushing you out of your chairs gently. Like, we really we have to get back to
I
sleep.
haven't finished my tea.
That's okay. Just set it here on the tray. Like, takes your cup.
I'm like,
That's
on
all
the
right. You
stoop,
don't have
and
to
I'm
finish
like,
it.
They yell, hey, weirdos! Come on! Just walking away.
I'm gonna head out. 'Cause my upbringing did not lead me to stay past, beyond my invitation. So
People are literally pushing you out the door,
yeah,
shoving Ali. Like, good night. They slam the door.
That didn't go as well as it could have. But
what
Certainly
were
didn't.
all of your parents like? My God, who raised the bunch of you?
my parents.
Just my
You
mom.
haven't forgotten. My parents died. It's very
I'm sorry, Cora. I didn't mean to bring up a sensitive subject there.
Also, I'm pretty sure Chance didn't have parents. I still don't get how that works. With
I told you, I came out of a pit. That's it. I was there, pit, boom. No more pit.
All right. The sun is setting over Moontip.
Stealth. Try to cast heat metal on Alik and his armor because he's an asshole.
Okay.
how he would take that time.
All right. So, yeah, Lost starts casting heat metal, and Alik, your armor feels incredibly hot.
Lost, I'm warm. Do you want to go get a drink?
And then it starts like scalding your flesh.
Lost, this is really warm. You want to go get a drink?
Roll a con save.
And
Oh, actually, your con save Oh, or drop the object. Well, you can't drop it, so just roll a con save.
16.
I think that's a save. What's his spell?
Actually, 17.
What's his spell save DC?
Oh my god.
Not
It's 15.
Okay. So you save, but I still think you take half damage.
I'm sorry.
Wait, or drop. If it doesn't drop it, I think you just take it, actually. Any creature in physical contact takes 2d8. Okay, roll damage.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
2d8.
All right.
Oh, that's actually
Not you. You're not doing the damage.
Oh, I just rolled it to take it. Let's keep my roll. I like
Oh, yeah. Jesus, no.
You take 10 points of fire damage as your armor just scorches your flesh.
I'm unconscious. No, I'm not unconscious. Oh man, my arm is really hot all of a sudden. I think the Dakota Ceciles cast some magic on me.
It was very
Yeah.
obvious that Lost cast a spell.
Lost. That was not a nice trick. Let's go get some drink.
After you're done, like, screaming with pain.
No, I con saved. It's not screaming. It's just like,
Okay.
ow.
Like, ah.
You got, second degree blisters, but let's get drunk.
Take the edge off the blisters.
All right, where to?
The moon glow? Is that
The Pale Glow?
Pale Glow Inn? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Moon Tip Tavern.
All right, so you head back to the center of town and into the Pale Glow. As you cross the threshold of the Pale Glow, let's get tavern music going. Expecting the warm faces and hearty laughter of loggers, hunters, and rangers as they sour their breath and loosen their minds after a long day of work, you're instead greeted by a more sullen scene. Lantern light flickers over hoods and balding heads, and men and women in dirty cloaks and scuffed pants grouse to each other. Some moments of joviality emerge here and there while the gentle music blankets the room. Look, I'm sure you have plenty of able cooks. I have patrons to consider, and we rely on Thurmond. He is no simple military cook. At the bar stands a woman with neat, wavy blonde hair and a powerful stance, encased by a large white robe emblazoned on the front with the glorious sun. She is trying to keep her conversation with Percy somewhat quiet, and is talking him down after that outburst. What are you guys gonna do?
Hello? Walk up to the bar to Percy.
To Percy, he's sort of in conversation. So yes, one moment. Oh, Nerida!
Hello, it's good to see you again, Percy.
How have you been? The woman just looks incensed that you've interrupted their conversation. Oh, sorry, just one moment. Quiet. For the war effort, as you've probably heard, you saw the troops come through the other day. It is very important to your country that the troops have the best food possible when they confront the enemy. They need to have full stomachs and clear minds. Yes, I understand that, but Thurman's all I've got. Who else will I get to cook? Well, you said there were plenty of other cooks available. Why not take one of them? We'll take Thurmond with us. You can interject in this conversation anytime you like.
I hear Cora's a good cook.
They both look over to you. Percival, do you know this tiefling? Oh, yeah. No, I don't actually. I don't believe we've met before. But you know Cora?
Yes. I joined up with the group after the moon tip saving. So, sort of.
He's every
I'm a
bit the
hero.
hero,
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Thank you, Narrative.
Is Cora volunteering for the Lithurian army? She could be their cook.
No.
We're on other important missions at the moment, but-
The impression that I'm a good cook from either, but I appreciate the compliment.
I mean, I saw the way you took care of that wolf head.
The woman, At the mention of a wolf's head, she kind of scrunches her face. Percival, please prepare Thurmond to go. We'll take him in the morning. He will be the most lauded chef of all of Lothuria when he returns. Certainly, that will be good for your tavern. Percival's kind of like looking down at the bar.
Gosh, is that something happens? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't really know that much about the military, but do military cooks get famous?
Oh yes, they certainly can. The great Grindelwald was a chef for the military, and it was said he blocked several arrows with a frying pan when his troop was raided by orcs in the north.
It doesn't necessarily seem like it's specific to his ability to cook, more of his ability to block arrows with a frying pan.
Well,
so I'm not really
there's
sure how that connects to
opportunity to do all sorts of things in the military and acquire great legends.
Block sword blows with a frying pan?
Yes. Or just cook the finest meals with whatever ingredients are available.
I'm sorry, I'm new to Moontip. What is it about? I'm sorry, can you remind me of the cook in question's name?
Percy turns to my cook, Thurmond. Had him
He's
for,
very good.
Had him for over a decade. He's amazing.
Wow, and why is it that he specifically is in such high demand with the military?
Well, we just need someone on the go quickly. I went to the nearest tavern. We've heard of Thurmond. He is somewhat famous. Again, could be much more so if you were willing to give him to the cause just for a while.
I mean, he could also end up dead if he, if people are firing arrows at cooks. Is that really what we want for Lothuria, to get through this war and have all of our, cultural icons dead in the wreckage?
Percy sort of looks up at her and is like, yeah, good point. And she looks back at him like, oh, this is hardly a minor incursion. It's very unlikely that anyone will even be injured. We'll beat the Easterners back in a week or two's time. And
gosh, well, if it's so minor, you would think you could just have any cook. I mean, anybody can suffer through mediocre food for a week, can't they? We might as well allow the cultural touchstones of Moontip to remain in place during this,
she
stressful
turns towards
time.
you. Excuse me, I don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm Welgwyn Woodbarrel. I'm not sure. Maybe you're familiar with my family, of the old Woodbarrel vineyards.
That's the wood barrel.
I'll admit, it's a selfish interest in my part as well. I do love good food, and as I'm not about to be on the front lines, I do prefer being able to access good food, as I'm sure many of the other,
Understandable, I understand, of course, entirely. Let me introduce myself. I'm Elena Daresvald. I am Visor Elena Daresvald to King Logarius III.
An honor to meet you, Visor Daresvald.
I am here acting in official capacity on behalf of the Lothurian Empire. We need the greatest of every city to push back this threat as quickly and safely as possible. I'm sure, as a citizen of Lothuria, and of a family of great renown who I understand has come under some difficulty lately.
Absolutely. You would not believe how devastating it can be to lose the most important member of your family. I'm afraid that the loss of my father and the loss of our wealth really devastated our family. I would honestly hate to see something like that happen to Moontip.
Yes, of course. And that is why we must put everything we can on the table to make sure that the Easterners are repelled as quickly and safely as possible.
Well, sure. I mean, I absolutely agree with you on that point. I mean, we should have
Good.
all of the best
Well then,
fighters.
prepare Thurmond
and
for the morning.
generals.
I mean, has anybody asked Thurmond what he would like to do?
Percy sort of looks at you. He's like, "That's right. No one's talked to Thurmond yet." He says, "Well, again, I am an official envoy of King Logarius Lothar III, so you can consider this the will of Lothuria."
But surely your
I've
citizens
done
have
a
free
few.
will as well.
I've been on a few military campaigns, and there was one I went on where we had a runesmith's apprentice, and they drafted him as a cook. The man hated being a cook, and let me tell you, you do not want an unwilling cook as your army cook. Oh, so many people sick. Half of us in the restroom rather than on the front lines. Truly horrible.
All
Wouldn't
right.
wish anyone.
Let's have Welgwyn, Nerda, and Alec roll persuasion.
With advantage because they're ganging up on her.
That's why they each get to roll.
Right.
Nerda is not at all
I think I'm
convincing.
only free will is for the birds.
Says, I understand that this may be difficult. While this incursion should be temporary and easily repelled with the overwhelming force of the Lotharian military, we do need all of the resources at our command if anything else should happen, should we require them. I'm sure that Thurman will understand, Percy will understand. He'll be returned to him in a few weeks' time. Assuming the battle goes well. So, Thurmond, if you could, Percy, if you could prepare Thurmond and let him know that in the morning there will be a caravan to bring him to the front lines. There he'll have virtually, he'll have a kitchen already set up for him, plenty of ingredients to choose from. He can continue his work there, and it is just a temporary setback that may actually, improve his standing in the minds of Lotharia and Moontip. Percy's like, I'll let him know. Try to fill in with whatever I can. It is important that we keep Moontip and Lotharia sovereign. I don't want those brigands coming through here.
Just don't say I didn't warn you when half your soldiers are in the toilet.
Are you saying that to her?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have much faith in Lotharia, do you, little dwarf?
I have a lot of faith in Lotharia, but I have more faith in the willing.
All of our soldiers are willing. And
Are all of their cooks willing?
well, yes. Everyone feels a duty to their country, and the brotherhood that they feel on the front lines is amazing.
I've always
seen it
found that when the
myself.
government decides that all of their members feel a certain way, it's usually not entirely accurate, but I've never been in the military, so I don't know.
That's right.
I mean, also, Malik was saying that there's a different type of duty that you don't want to be dealing with on the front line there.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
He means poop.
Yeah, excrement.
Yes, I should have expected. Anyway, Percy, you know what to do. I'll be back in the morning. She heads out the front door. Percy just sort of turns towards you. Well, we've got him for one more night. What would you all have?
Ham shanks all around.
Thurmond Hamshanks! Roy!
His best dish, whatever he's known for.
So we have a beautiful braised rack of lamb, some lovely local herbs and spices, with sides of local vegetables as well. I'll have them prepared for you.
Ooh, I want that.
Thurmond 2 specials! Roy! Anything to drink? We have sweet berry wine. We have just recently gotten this mushroom-based ale. It's called Mushcap. Have you heard of it?
Oh God, no.
Oh, that's quite a strong reaction. I understand, I suppose. He sort of twirls his mustache a bit.
I'm gonna cover Cora's ears and be like,
know.
no, she can't know this.
My
I
friend
haven't
lost
tried
all
it
health.
myself. Is it that bad?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, well, you have one,
I've been
Alec.
told that I have to swear
Yes,
off alcohol.
a bottle
because
for
of
me
it.
and a bottle for my friend lost.
Oh God, not again.
I would love a glass of your sweet berry wine. That sounds delicious.
I'll have one too, please.
Fantastic. He turns around and pulls one bottle from sort of a cupboard beneath the shelves and then one from on top of the shelves. Starts pouring drinks for everyone. So, it's been a little while since you've all been here. How do you find Moontip these days?
By the road, mostly.
Yeah, it's in the same place.
Yes,
Just as lovely as ever as well.
we've been out on any crazy adventures since you've left?
A few.
Oh, tell me.
Welgwyn fell down a 100-foot tree.
It's true.
We
So did
Foot
Lost.
tree.
tangled with some assassins from the Syndicate.
It's true.
Oh
I cut his head
my.
off.
Yes, also one of them got eaten by a bag. So that was fun.
I also temporarily got eaten by a bag.
She did.
Didn't stick.
But the clever girl got her way out.
This is amazing. I've never heard of anything like this. How does a bag eat someone?
Magic, I suppose.
Actually.
Magic. How did you escape? What was it like in the bag?
It felt like being digested.
Pours you another drink.
And I don't know. I just punched it a bunch and then I got on out. Not usually something that works for me, to be honest with you, but
Well,
came through.
I am glad you
Indigestion.
made it out.
Me too.
Sounds
Thank you.
sounds terrifying.
It wasn't
and-
fun.
Syndicate assassins. There was just so much there. You fell down a tree. Was that before or after the assassins tried to murder?
Oh, that was very recent. Tree was very, very recent. Yeah.
100-foot tree. Where is this tree? I've never heard of it.
Lost.
It's in the forest.
Oh, there are many trees in the forest. I've never seen a 100-foot tree, but I'll take your word for it.
As you should.
Why were you climbing a 100-foot tree? Pours you
I
another
wanted
drink.
to see the
Actually.
view.
Just for the view, huh?
I mean, if you saw a 100-foot tree, wouldn't you be curious about what was at the top?
I certainly wouldn't try to climb it myself, although I'm
Well, we
not
had
the
some
adventurous
lizards.
type.
That's fine.
Some lizards. Where did you get lizards?
I summoned them.
You summoned lizards and climbed the tree. It's amazing. How was the view from the tree? Was it worth it?
It was beautiful.
Definitely.
To the view from the tree, and he holds up his glass.
Cheers.
The tree, and then I just
The
kicked
tree.
back some mush cap straight out of the bottle, and I assume
God.
Ross does as well.
Probably.
Let me see if I have notes on Mushcap. I'm sure I do.
I remember it fucked people up real good. That's all I really remember.
It's very strong.
Yeah, it was super alcoholic. So it's,
Even compared to dwarven drinks, you're like, ooh my. Sweet and earthy, so it goes down very easily. Extremely strong flavor. You could drink lots and lots and lots of it and not even notice.
But maybe just a third of the bottle will do.
Say, spirits have been a bit down lately. New band since Saravi and Bella left have been a bit dreary, and people are a tad worried with the troops having come through town and all. I think everything will be okay. I think Moontip will be fine, and this will all be over in a few weeks, as Elena said. But perhaps you could rouse everyone with some a performance. I'll provide your food for free.
ooh, free stuff.
Oh, you are making
Let's
a
do
mistake, my
it.
friend. Let's do it.
All right, you know where the stage is. Just kick Fritz off there. Tell him, take 20, 30 minutes.
I want to look at him now and say, hey, Percy, how do you find the stage?
It's right over there.
And I'm just chuckling at my own joke as I walk away.
Ah ha ha ha.
Alik, you didn't tell me you had children.
Oh, of course I do. I'm 100.
Are you married?
No, I'm 73 years old.
Did you leave your wife at home?
As a dwarf does. It's a young dwarf's duty to go out into the world and serve.
73 young for a
Right.
dwarf?
73 is like young adult.
Okay.
Maybe like just outside of young adult.
That
right.
explains so much more.
You gonna head on over to the stage and play?
Yes.
I would like to.
shoo away the band that's on there.
For sure, yeah.
I want to hype man them and help out with the performance as usual.
Okay.
Same for me.
All right. Roll performance. Everyone who's playing or hyping.
That's 18.
Do we get advantage because we have advantage with the instrument? Or
Natural
You
20.
don't get advantage with the instrument. There's your 20.
proficiency?
It's an
Yeah.
important-
I rolled a
Those are
20.
20s.
You have proficiency, like you know how to play the instrument, so you
All right, so
get proficiency, but not whatever the skill
I
is.
rolled
if
a
you're not
2 and my
trained in it.
charisma is -1, so take that what you will.
So then it's 4 total because your proficiency is 3.
Yeah, if that's how we're doing it,
Yeah.
then yeah, 4 total. Our proficiency bonus is actually +4 right now, so 5 total.
Oh, is it +4?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Okay. So Ali, you blow on the didgeridoo. It's really sort of spoiling the mood, but Nerida's like, yeah, just forget about Alik. Everyone else is super cool. What song are you playing? You playing like Heroes of Moontip or something else? Cora's leading the band, I assume she does.
Once we have to play Heroes of Moontip. Oh, I know what we're playing.
We have to end with Little Mermaid.
Under the sea.
Oh,
You play the hits. Alik has a really off night, but Nerida is like riling the crowd up. Cora, what was your total?
Plus 4, whatever I rolled.
Oh, so 16. Yeah, so Cora's singing and playing her lute. She's really on top of it. The performance goes pretty well, and the mood in the
Revolution.
tavern.
In the Lumberjack song.
Yeah.
And we play the song about Villa and Serafi that we learned from Sylvania.
Oh no, the song
And-
about Sylvania. Okay.
Oh, I
That
thought
you
it
learned
was.
other way around. That you learned from
Oh,
Bella
okay.
and Saravi.
Yeah, and then we end with Moontip Adventure Song.
Nice. Yeah, you lift the spirits with your sort of initial Under the Sea, like everyone sort of picks it up and starts feeling a bit better. The Ballad of Sylvania sort of is a good contrast, lulls everyone down, the mood gets a bit more serious, but people are distracted from what's going on around them. And finishing with Heroes of Moontip, everyone sort of rises in song and is cheering you on by the end of it. And sure, you make
Nothing.
5 gold in tips total.
Yeah.
After you're done performing, I imagine you head over to a table. When a young girl brings an enormous platter of food over to you, she looks familiar. Let me find this.
didn't we find you in the woods?
She's setting plates down. She's like, no. Shortly answers to you. Nerida, you recognize her as Fila Miu.
Oh, hey, Thela.
Hi, Nerida.
How are you doing?
Sets plates and drinks down. Pretty good. I could go back to the Hollowwood, and work has been good. There's no fighting. Haven't seen the dragon in a long time. Oh, she sort of covers her mouth a bit.
Yeah, the dragon's doing well. They're on another trip, but, you know, I'm sure the
Oh.
dragon remembers you.
That's good. Well, enjoy your stay in town.
Thank you. Stay out of trouble.
She sets the place down. She's like, yeah. Just walks away. Lovely course of ham shanks, some fresh braised lamb. Just
She
fantastic
was the
meal.
one we found in the woods, right? Yeah. She just lied to me. What a terrible little girl. Terrible.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do in town? The sun is now set.
How are my default mine operations going?
That is in Brimshire,
Oh, not a tip. Okay.
not in Moontip. You don't know how
No.
Brimshire is doing.
Guess I want to send word to Brimster and see.
How about we
if
ask
that's-
Moontip?
How do you send word to Brimshire?
Via message. Don't they have a mail system? Messengers from town to town.
Yeah, you could hire a messenger to bring a message to Moontip. Although the offices are closed right now. It's something you'd probably do in Town Hall. And that's not open at the moment. You settle in for the night. Your meals are free, but it's going to be 5 gold for lodging for the night. Total.
We've made this in tips.
That's true. You just put your tips towards it.
Perfect.
And that is where we'll take our 10-minute break. We'll be back at 6 p.m. PST.
Woohoo.
Be right back, everybody.
Awesome.
And we're back. So, you all have a good night's rest at the Pale Glow and awaken in the morning in your beds. Does anyone want to do anything during the night or in the morning or before going to
I
bed?
want to buy a crystal ball in the morning.
And start engraving your name into it so it
Do you
means
have
something to you.
1,000 gold?
I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see. I have
Really?
50
Oh.
platinum.
That's 500.
Jesus.
Oh, well, never mind. I don't have enough money.
You know what? You could work out a payment plan with the merchant. Really huge move, after all.
Yeah, could I
And
try
how many
to...
crystal balls do they really sell around here?
Or if anybody wants to help out so we can
We have some
scry
party
on...
gold.
What's her name?
You
100.
could
Find
have
out where
some
she
party
is.
gold.
Thank you.
We only
I
have
wanna
125 gold.
So we don't have enough anyway. I want to turn my Umber Hulk Husk, tusks into short swords, dual parallel short swords. I do that?
Okay.
With magic.
I think they would make
magic.
really bad short swords.
Why?
Because-
What should I do with
Maybe
them?
if they were heavily modified. I'll have to think about that. I'm sure you can manage to do that. You might have to find a specialist and leave them with your stuff for a while.
That's fine. How much would it cost? All the monies.
I don't know. I'll have to think about what it would actually produce and
That whole lot.
how
That
long
mine
it'll
that you have
take.
cost that much.
Just make sure they design it so that they can be interlocked so that you can slice people's heads off like scissors.
Oh, they're
Yes.
just fatal frame scissors. What is it? Not fatal frame, clock tower? That's what it is. Walk around with your head drooped, like snapping your scissors around. Oh man, yeah, you gotta leave enough for your Palico Umber Hulk puff outfit. That's true. Okay, so in the morning, everyone's awake. I assume you just head down to tavern, basically.
Yes, and I want to head to the town hall to send a message to Brimshire.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, there's a woman sitting at one of the tables, sort of just trying to not look at the stairs. She's got like long blonde hair and a big puffy red dress. She runs up to you as soon as you head down. She's like, "Oh, darlings! I heard you were in town. Excuse me. It's Rostasia. I just heard you were all here, and I decided to drop in and see how you're all doing. Lost, you're looking well, and Chance, it's great to see you again."
Always great to see you, Rostasia.
Nice to see you too.
Yes,
And your many.
you're sort of on vacation, as it were. Need a bit of a break after everything that's happened in Moontip. I've heard that some interesting things may have happened here. I've been out in the Hollowwood a bit, looking around, seeing if there's anything I could get my hands on. Why are you all back in town here?
Sorry, this is the magic salesman, right?
Yeah,
Hey, Lost, maybe she'll buy your boots.
I don't want to sell the boots.
You have some magical boots? What do they do?
No, they're just boots.
If you insist.
Actually, a small favor to ask you. You wouldn't happen to have a crystal ball you wouldn't need anymore, would you?
I do have a crystal ball. I wouldn't say I don't need it, but I would be willing to part with it for 1,100 gold.
You wouldn't give me a friend's discount?
Roll persuasion. I do know you a bit. I'm flattered that you consider me a friend.
Almost a 20.
You know what, how about 1,050? I have it on me right now. You could have it right away if you like.
That's alright. I don't have quite enough for that.
Pity.
What? Come back.
You mean you would return it to me?
Chance,
Just,
3-card Monty her.
I mean, the spell we need it for, it won't be destroyed, right?
You're asking Nerida, I assume?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that, right?
Yeah, you know that it won't consume it.
But I do need to have a connection with it, don't I?
I don't think so.
I thought that's what a focus was it was like an item that's
Oh.
important to me. And I thought I came with one, but
Well, you have a
guess I don't.
spellcasting focus. It's just not a.
Spellcasting focus.
It's just not a
Okay,
valuable
not a
focus.
Scrying focus, got it. Well, I don't have enough, so. Oh no! I know.
I'm
it's very
also
sad.
upset.
I really wanted that crystal ball.
God. What exactly do you need it for, if you don't mind me asking?
We're trying to track down Dakota Cecile's sister. She's gone missing.
Missing person. Well, I could provide as a service to you my ability to scry on others.
And how much would that cost?
I could do one session for 50 gold. For friends, of course.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think
That
this
is
is
expensive.
I
Yeah.
think we can.
Scrying is not a
definitely-
simple task, unfortunately. It
I
requires a
think we
great
can
bit of
definitely
focus and
pay
someone
you-
well trained.
maybe
Well, are you-
850 gold for the crystal ball.
I have heard of the negotiating ability of the dwarves of the north. Unfortunately, that is far too low a price for me to accept. Even among friends, I can't be giving my things away. You
While
understand.
she's talking, can I try to figure out where on her person she's keeping the
Roll perception.
crystal ball? That's 27.
So, you've met her before, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know she's a moon elf, and she's presenting as a human female with blonde hair in a big red dress. Clearly, this is an illusory form of some kind, although you can't actually see through it.
All right. Well, I'll leave it then.
What was the plan? To head to Thara next? We could pick up a crystal ball once we get paid there. Unless this is a pressing matter, Alik, and then we could pay to try to scry now.
Did we need a crystal ball for all of your kind of scrying spells?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't
Or a
scry.
fungus.
Yeah. I just think a crystal ball is pretty cool.
I mean, I'm willing to contribute some of my money towards this. I have 100 and something gold. We have party gold. Is anyone else willing to contribute anything?
Do you know where we're at, party gold wise?
145.
And I have 502.
So with mine and the party gold, that gives us like 750-ish.
I think I only have 15 platinum.
Yeah,
That's
we're
150
running
gold.
pretty light.
Well, okay, so with Alex and Party, that's 750, right? And then Nerida has 500 herself.
No, that's including my 500.
It's including
for
yours as
sure.
well.
Yeah. Right, Alik?
That is correct, yeah. I've only got like
Okay.
100 something.
Well, as I said, I can do the scrying ritual for you for 50 gold.
I'm sorry, I don't really have any money to share, or I would.
Or
It's
perhaps
okay.
if you tell me more about this person and what's going on, I could see my way towards lowering the price. I mean, the information is useful. I trade in information as much as anything else.
You guys want to handle giving her a recap?
This seems really more like a lost thing, honestly. But he's not here.
Wasn't it you
So-
who saw the vision of her doing
That's true. Lost knows more about the tiefling, though, and she does. All right. So, Lucretia Cecile. Do you know much about the Cecile family?
I don't know of the Cecile family at all. I don't believe they're a family of
Well,
high repute.
we first let out with our party when we first all met in Thaura to undertake Helm's will. We joined up with a wizard of some repute under the employ of the I forget what they were called in Thaura.
Spellcaster's Authority.
Spellcaster's Authority in Thaura. His name was Dakota Cecile. Unfortunately, Dakota was a bit reckless in our first encounter with what we now know to be called the Syndicate, and he was murdered shortly after our
Ooh.
first engagement, where we blew up a city block. And
Exciting.
after that, we came to speak with the Cecile family, including Lucretia Cecile. I don't think actually we spoke to Lucretia Cecile.
You
I don't
did.
recall
We
if
did, yeah.
We did. We spoke to the Cecile family. Sometime later, Helm began blessing me with visions of Lucretia Cecile performing some necromantic rituals, but alas, we were too far away to really do anything about it. Then we saw visions of her consorting with a tiefling. Again, you know how those tieflings are.
Dude,
This was sorry.
I'm not sure that I do. What do you mean?
This was an evil tiefling. He's a bad guy. I don't know exactly how. I don't know what his game is here, but he's joined up with some giants. We saw him helping giants raid Thauran caravans.
Oh, he's
So-
behind the giant raids. I know of those.
Well, we don't know that he's behind them, but he's definitely with the giants, or at least using them. We don't know what his end goal is, but he has visited Lost several times. They may be related. They seem to have some sort of spiritual connection,
What is his connection to the girl?
So he helped her, at least in my visions, helped her learn some black rituals. We're not sure of the specifics of those, but we believe it's related to a weakening connection to the gods that myself,
Awakening.
Nerida, and
She starts like writing stuff down in her journal.
Yes, you haven't heard about this? This is, I would expect it would be more widespread for people in your circles. Although I suppose...
I don't interact with many of those of divine belief. Yes. There aren't even very many of those left, especially those who can evoke divine miracles. Would you say the connection is weakening? Do you know why that's happening?
No, that's what we are looking to figure out. That's why we are trying to track down Lucretia Cecile, which is why we need this scrying orb.
I see.
We're hoping to find her. Her parents last saw her in Thaura when they went to pay burial rites for her brother, Dakota Cecile, our former companion.
Well, this all sounds like quite a bit of fun, and you know me, I'm always intrigued in matters such as these. Hell, let's just do it. Shall we do it in the tavern here, or do you want to go someplace a bit more private?
The last time we started doing...
was better.
Yeah.
So I
have rooms upstairs. Perhaps we can use those.
Not interested, thank you.
Interesting.
We'll be fine, Ali.
Oh, she's not. Oh, she means scrying. Yeah, sorry. Yes, let's do that. I'll be in one of the rooms.
Well, we can start with scrying and see where it goes from there. Let's go upstairs. So
Very good.
head upstairs. She removes the crystal ball. She's like, do you, can you draw her? Can you describe her to me?
I have this book that's hers.
Oh, how quaint.
Would it help if
Takes
we
the
had
book
some
from
hair?
her. Yes.
We couldn't get any hair.
And can anybody else
Right.
create an illusion of her or something like that? I don't remember.
Oh, let's see if I can.
She looks kind of like this, and I'll pose. I'll make smacky lips.
That's pretty good, Cora. But anybody else have any
Very helpful,
disguise
darling. Thank you.
magic or create a minor illusion, something like that?
I can use stone shape to create a crude figurine of her.
I don't think I ever saw her, so I can't turn into her.
Betcha Cecile.
Well,
Well,
then I'll spend some time describing her.
all right.
She's a blonde elf, right? No.
In addition, I'll go ahead and just go get a rock outside and use stone shape to make a crude figurine.
You like run down the stairs. Like, hang on, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Run down the stairs and run back up. Here. This kind of looks like her. Like, a young elf woman. I just need to know who I'm looking for.
Kind of
in the
looks
vision.
like everyone else too, Alec. You did not do a very good job. Did you fail
That
your
is
rock
super
shaping
racist.
classes?
That is super racist against elves, and I will not take part in it.
Dude!
Yes, anyway. She like reaches into her dress and draws out a crystal ball. It's impossibly removed. Like there was no space for that there.
Yeah, I never would have found that.
Sets it down on the table in the room, small table, sort of like slams it
Okay,
in so it
well,
won't roll away.
It was magic. We'll work on thieving magic items together next.
Oh, sweet.
She
You're
waves
saying
her
it out loud.
hands over it and starts an enchantment that no one here understands. Well, I guess.
I know how to do it. I just don't have anything cool.
Yeah,
Well, you don't do the enchantment. You call upon your god because you're a cleric.
yeah. Your
right?
scrying is done a bit differently, so it's still confusing.
Then I don't
to you.
understand it.
It's like arcane language. Let's see. How does this work?
Sounds like gibberish to me.
Sounds like the gibberish of Helm to me.
I'm pretty sure Helm's spoken to you before, hasn't he?
No.
And it was in English. Proper language.
But you like associate everything with Helm. Yeah, Alec does rather. Alec associates everything with Helm.
Well, Helm is everything. He's the reason for everything, so why not?
So, if that's what
She
he does,
spends-
then, even the magic is from Helm, right?
She spends 10 minutes sort of waving her hands over, concentrating on this crystal ball. Then her eyes just kind of like go blank. She just stares straight ahead. Sits there for a few minutes.
You okay there, girly girl? Hey, anyone home? Hello? Getting bored now.
She's scrying. She's scrying.
Gee,
Go
I
get some
don't
ham
know what
shank
that
from the
means.
kitchen.
What does that mean, ham? What? Like, why are you always eating? This is why you're so portly.
I am a mere 123 pounds. Perfectly average for my size.
Sounds light for a dwarf, actually. Eat more.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I'll go get you a ham shake.
After about
No.
10 minutes, she just snaps out of it. Oof. Ah. Well, that was somewhat illuminating, I suppose. She seems to be sort of just poring through books and practicing magical incantations. You referred to some benefactor. I assume that's the Dark Tiefling you're talking about.
Most likely, yes.
Couldn't tell quite where she was. She was just in a stone room underground, it seems.
Hmm.
It looked perhaps like ruins, perhaps dwarven.
That's about all I knew as well, unfortunately.
I would guess somewhere in the north, perhaps by Port Grey Shallow, could be as far up as Dulgarath and
Are you
Rodvarthus.
familiar with the tomb of Aldith Malixon?
I know of Aldith Malixon, yes. He's an interesting man.
It's said he was buried around Mount Dulgarath.
That's correct.
Helm
His tomb
directed-
is in the mountains north of Advarthus.
So the biggest
Somewhat
of
of a ruin
non
there.
sequiturs.
It's not, though. Helm directed me towards the Helm of Maldith Alexin, and now we find that Miss Cecile is in a dwarven ruin somewhere possibly near the Mount Dulgarath.
Well, possibly near there. I really can't tell.
Possibly near there. It seems... It seems coincidental.
All right.
I agree. Well, I guess we could head that way and just see. And in the meantime, hopefully I can pick up my own crystal ball and check in periodically, see if we can get some more clues.
On the map right now, where are we, like, in relation to Thaura? Are we, like...
You're
Here?
in Moontip?
Yeah.
Right, where's Moontip? in
So
relation?
this is the Hollowwood, yeah.
Okay, so... We could take a detour to Thaura. It's not
I think we should, if that's okay.
much
Get
out
our
of the way.
payment.
There's no road north from Moontip anyway. You'd be just out in the wilds, like
So-
trying to navigate.
We're gonna encounter the Syndicate. I mean, it's fine. I'm ready to take them on, but just be prepared when we get there.
we're gonna encounter them anyway.
I think we need before we go into the city or near the city, we need to send in. I want to say Cora, but we need someone street smart. So maybe
Welwyn.
to suss them out, and we can just go straight towards them, end it before they have a chance to strike.
True. Also, one or both of us should also get detect traps. If
That's
we
a
can
good idea.
ask our patrons to help us. We've been injured too many times.
Yeah, we have.
Well, we have a thief now, but
No more exploding rooms.
No
No
more
more
exploding.
exploding rooms.
So Thaura, it is. The day is young.
so
Do we have anything-
Chance, Welquin, You were never particularly against the Syndicate. Are you ready to go up against
Oh,
them
I'm
with
pretty
us
against
now?
the Syndicate. Considering
Oh,
the
okay.
Syndicate murdered my father and my uncle, or my uncle and my uncle's bodyguard.
My, what storied
Right.
lives you all live.
But what reason do you have to oppose the syndicate?
Did
Because of all the murder they did to my family.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because of the patricide they performed.
oh sure, Cora knows patricide, but not what a hamshank.
Oh, I know what a hamshank is. I just don't know if Alik needs to keep eating them. Although apparently he does, because he's very light for a dwarf.
He does.
He's a growing young boy.
He is a growing young boy. That's
He's a
true.
dying old man, is what he is. But
Can I just...
Ah, lost Sprite 73.
You notice at this point, she's just been staring at Lost's feet. She's kind of like bending down to touch the boots. What? Oh, I want to see them.
It's at least
I-
polite to ask first.
Yeah, Lost
Oh,
is not
Lost.
himself today, but I feel like he would
Please.
slap you.
As a pursuer of knowledge, allow me to view your magnificent new boots.
I think
fine.
you're doing a good job of viewing them for right there.
All right,
See them.
fine.
But only because you helped us scry.
Lost,
Oh,
are
wait.
you sure? She kind of like wiggles her chest at him and like moves in close. Oh, please,
my.
Lost.
Without flinching, without moving a single muscle. Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, Pooh, you're no fun. Are there any other magical items you've discovered that you might be a little more willing to let me view?
Oh, we found these gloves that enable a thief.
I sold those to you.
Yeah, she knows
Oh.
about those already. You can't have them back, but it doesn't seem like you're asking for them, so.
No, they're yours. We made a fair trade.
Alright.
I
You
have
did.
sequestered that bag. It shouldn't harm anyone.
We did find an orc sorcerer that had this cloak on him.
Oh, the one you're
Oh,
wearing.
show her the stick.
He also had this stick with a head on it.
You hold
Cool
out like a
stick.
stick with a skull mounted on it. Okay. She
We call
grabs
it a
it,
skull stick.
turns it around. It's like very, very crude. Bit brutish.
And also this cloak.
Sort of hands the stick back to you, like, I would dispose of that. It's worthless. The cloak,
We will
however, is
trade
very
it
interesting.
for
Do you
one
know?
swag.
Do you know what it does? I haven't seen one like it.
I've spent some time with it, so it is quite beautiful of a cloak. What's it exactly? Dang it! Sorry,
From
one
the
second.
symbols on the back, I would guess it has to do with duplicity or illusion.
Yes, it is. I'm able to create mirror copies of myself with it, and additionally, I can make a couple of them at once if need be.
Amazing.
There we go.
Sort of like writes in her notebook and makes a very quick sketch of the cloak. All right, well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to head into the Hollywood for today. Do you know of any locations in there where I might find magical items? I know you've been in there
was
extensively.
This tomb. There was this crazy
Yeah.
villain's tomb, right? That was over here, no?
Full of magic.
Well, that-
Ooh, I shall see it. Do you know where it is?
It is in the Hollywood.
So the Hollywood is a large place.
So there's a big cluster of vines, and it's about 4 miles north of that big cluster of vines.
Oh no, they're talking about something else.
Oh, damn it.
You give her like a description. Cora, you know how to get to
Yeah.
the Tomb of Velen. So, thank you very much. I should be off. This is very exciting. I've learned quite a bit today from you. Thank you so much. I'll consider that payment this time for services rendered.
Oh, you offered those for free. You're in our favor now. You owe me one.
Don't believe that is what happened, little halfling.
We
She's
gave you
not quite as
information
good as
before
we
you
are.
scried for us,
That,
and now I've given you information on the tomb. I say that we have provided you with more than you have provided us.
That was a bit of friendly banter. I'll be off now. Toodaloo. Steps out of the room and sweeps downstairs.
So you guys sent her to like an okay place, right?
oh yeah, no, we just looted it already. Well, we didn't loot it. It was like magical stuff that chose Cora because
Yeah,
they
you see
I think
this
she's a legendary hunter or something. I don't know.
leather armor and bow that I have. They were Velen's. We looted his too, and they decided to come with me.
Well,
They were done.
looted is a strong word. We went
Well, we-
to free his tomb from the clutch of an evil shadow demon infestation.
Is that all right? You know, tomato, tomato.
Man, I can totally relate. Sometimes I break into somebody's house and their stuff just decides to come with me as well. So, been there, girl.
Thank you, Welwyn. I appreciate the sympathy. Since some men don't have any tact.
No, that's what you guys are doing is called stealing.
We'll agree to disagree.
But you've told me that you were stealing before.
We'll agree to disagree.
All right, so you head out from Moontip.
Yes.
After I send my message.
Sure. It'll cost you 10 silver. What message are you sending? Who's it
I
being
just
delivered
want
to?
point out we're going to Thaura, which will literally take us right by Brimshire. So you could probably just find a messenger on the road, or we can go like 1 mile off the road and talk to the
It's
camp.
like 5 miles off the road, but yeah, you
5
can.
miles off the road. It's like an
Okay.
hour of our time.
All right, we will go visit Grimshire on our way back and see how they're doing.
Oh God, he's gonna ask for that sword again.
Okay, so you head out of Moontip and down towards Brimshire.
I've forgotten. What did we do with his sword?
Got it.
Well-
We gave it to his sister.
And then she didn't tell us what she'd do with it.
Yeah, it was a prank, she said, but we didn't believe her, and we just kind of ignored the fact that we didn't believe her.
Yeah,
And then technically he asked us to steal it back from her. Right?
That's true.
But we haven't done anything with that.
Because you know what? Honestly, that's too much work, and they're very childish.
They're
yeah.
so
that lack
annoying.
made his family. If we do not have to interact with them again, I will be happy.
Let's bring them down. Power to the miners.
So you make it most of the way to Brimshire. You're probably about 10-15 miles out by the time the sun is setting.
Even with summoning racehorses.
Oh, are you summoning racehorses?
Oh, yeah. Why
Oh,
would we not?
yep. We rested, so that would be back up. So yes.
At least like 2 or 3 times, leave him with some spell slots, but why not?
I mean, literally, since we just did the long rest in there, he's back up to full.
All right, you make it to Brimshire in the evening. It's about 18 o'clock.
Do we actually go to Brimshire, or do we go to like the side mine?
That's in Brimshire?
I thought it was like
Brimshire. map
east
out.
of Brimshire or something.
No, it's in Brimshire.
Western Boar.
Yeah, that's that. You had to go through town.
Okay,
I will show you.
that's fine. I believe you. I just didn't remember. I wanted to make sure we were in the right place.
It's a little.
Here's Brimshire. Yeah, the western Boar side of town. You arrive in Brimshire, and there's just a bustle of activity. You hear all over the place, the clinking of hammers against metal. The forges are billowing smoke out in the distance towards the Lackery mines. And there are miners and forge workers all over the streets. They seem to have been working quite hard recently. You want to head to the encampment on the western side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can talk to Hank. What was his name? They had like 3 heads of the mining.
Oh no, the guy that stutters.
Oh.
Trying to find him. God, I can't find his name. But yeah, the mining camp is similar to how you left it. There aren't a ton of people there. But they are still hanging on, it looks like. They have maybe 30 workers or so. The money you provided them is still holding out just enough to have some workers and some supplies. I forget his name. Does anybody remember? I can't find it.
I don't know his name, but I know he had a stutter, and we can just kind of like not talk to his name.
He's the one sort of leading what's going on here.
You can pretend he was ousted by someone else who actually had confidence
That's not
and
what
management
happened, though.
ability.
That's definitely very much not what happened.
What the heck was his name?
God, I have so many notes. Let me see.
I mean, dude, that was many a session ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We only had like half the world that we could have traveled to in this one session. You couldn't have had half the world mapped out, ready to go. Come on.
Yeah, all of your characters that you've invented. Come on.
You only needed to know half of them at the same time. Like, for real though. No, this is why I am happy to do one shots, but not actually build a world.
Harry. His name is Harry Wint.
I got the H.
Hello, Harry.
Harry Wint.
Harry.
Okay, anyway.
Miner Harry.
Harry the miner.
By the time you make it over to the camp, it's evening. The miners there are cooking up meals at some campfires around the edges. The main large tent is lit. So you can head inside if you like. There's one man standing outside of it, sort of keeping watch.
Don't worry, they're expecting me. We just walk on through.
You just walk
I'm
over.
so sorry for my friend.
Hey, Cora. Good to see you again. It's like enormous man out front. Harry's inside.
See? I told you, and we will walk on in.
You walk on in. Harry is there going over like some books with someone else sitting next to him. Oh, Cora. It's great to see you. We've been keeping the fight going. You see, we've extracted 200 pounds of iron ore from the western bore so far.
I'm gonna interrupt you just real quick. If we cast tongues on him, will that fix his stuff?
Oh wow! And
That would be
our
really nice.
stream was blacklisted forever.
To understand any spoken language, well, it can just understand it. When the target speaks, any creature knows can understand. Can you not understand what he's saying?
No, we can understand. I just thought it might.
Oh, man, it's too bad nobody has haste.
Restoration, or
Would haste work?
The local smelters are captured by the Lackery. It's difficult to make contracts with them. I've tried my best. We may be able to smelt some here, but we'll need to find people with equipment and knowledge of how to do it.
Well, my sheet says I have 2 Electrium pieces. EPs.
Mm-hmm.
Will that help?
Of course, any contribution to the workers' fund helps keep our doors open and feeds our families. We appreciate it as always.
Lovely, Harry. I am trying to believe in you and leave you here to work. I can also give you the 4-point tier antlers. Of course, just gonna start taking shit out of her pockets.
Here's some crap.
You're gonna fence this for me.
Antlers, some shitty pelts.
Antlers. Yeah, I've got some warg pelts. No, all I have is the warg hat. Actually, I want to take 2 of the antlers and put it on the warg head to make a warg antler thing. But that's totally separate.
Are you not putting it on the table in front of Harry?
I am putting out the so 2 of the antlers, 2 of the incisors, some nice ivory there.
I'll do what I can with this. We'll make do. Perhaps there are some collectors in town who would pay for these. Thank you.
Or spectator eyes, and here, this is a locket I found with a picture of someone dead in it. Have fun.
You keep the locket. I think the spectator eyes. I don't know what that is, but perhaps someone in the camp does, and we can get a good price for it.
Terrific. Just remember, no necromancers. Repeat after me.
No.
Necromancers.
Necromancers.
Thank you.
I had no plans to deal with any necromancers.
Indeed,
Very
well, it's
good.
my understanding that that's how these things get created in the first place. So, the more we can do to avoid that, the better off we'll all be in the end.
We've had enough of dark magic in Brimshire, obviously.
yes, I imagine that's true.
We have also one more very powerful artifact to give you. I have this club with a human skull attached.
What does it do?
If you hit
grotesque.
someone with it, it'll hurt them.
It runs on gas, and it never runs out of gas.
It's a gas-powered stick.
Yes.
I
Sour stick.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But we surely have no need for this. But appreciate the gesture nonetheless.
Just saying, you've had some fights at the mine before. Now you have some mine weaponry.
Hopefully we are finished with fighting.
Just put it out front. It's a warning to anyone else.
I'll do that, Cora. Thank you.
Got a gas-powered stick.
Takes the stick and just sort of puts it on the ground behind him. Well, will you be staying in town for a while?
No, I'm afraid we're passing on to Thara for now.
Well, be sure to put in a word with anyone you might meet in court that the workers of Brimshire are here to supply goods to Thara.
We will. Maybe with the upcoming conflict, we'll be able to get you some more work. Surely they'll need iron goods.
It is my hope as well. The Lacri make things very difficult here to get any contracts.
No, we'll definitely do our best.
Thank you.
Indeed, you just need to play up the destabilization of the family. After all, they had all those problems with the demonic possession and trying to destroy the town.
Yes, everyone in this camp knows and believes that the Lacri are up to no good and deal in black magic. We had heard they had a wizard on their employment, but have been unable to find her.
Really,
Surely,
a wizard, you say?
She'll turn up eventually, and we'll have proof that the Lacri are not the good citizens of Thara that the court believes them to be.
If you're looking for a wizard in the Lacri court, you may want to look at the sister. Just a suggestion.
Yes. We know that she has proclivities, but there is another that is not part of the family.
Do you have any further information on them?
That is all
wizard?
we know at this point. She is quite crafty, and there's little in information about her.
All right. Well, keep me updated. As always, I am here to try to assist and power to the people.
Anytime you are in town, Cora, you are welcome at our camp. And power to the workers.
And may the minerals be with you.
Thank you.
Cora, I think we pay these guys too much if he didn't make fun of you for that one.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. But,
Did you want to stay the night in Brimshire, or do you want to just...
It's like night
Probably.
right now, right? Like
Yeah.
getting dark.
It is evening.
Might as well, yeah.
It's
Probably better.
approaching.
Oh, I want to talk to some smelters in town. I also want to talk to the big, muscly fireman that made our weapons.
He is a fireman, isn't he?
A fireman.
He's just red-skinned.
He's a fire genasi. He's a fireman.
No, actually, you're right. He was actually literally that. Yeah.
So you head over to, I think it's Spark and Steel. You sneezed a lot.
Sorry.
Bless you, Bo Bisley. Bless you.
You head over to Spark and Steel, but it is closed currently. The door is closed and locked. The
Does it
lights
look
are off
like it
inside.
was just recently closed, or has it been closed for some time? Like permanently closed?
Roll survival?
Okay, I'm good at survival. That's a weird roll, but
Well, you're trying to
do
tell,
it.
like,
I
has this door
can
been opened
assist at
recently?
that,
Are people
or I
using
can
this?
take that
oh,
roll.
I'm fine. You don't need to assist. We're good.
It looks like
Jesus.
looks like it's recently closed. You can tell that people have been in and out of this door during the day. Lots of people, in fact.
Good. Good. Make sure no shenanigans are going on with those lacqueries. Don't trust them.
I think that's the appropriate response, but your your lack of faith is disturbing.
So much Star Wars going on.
You have faith in the lacqueries?
We shall come back tomorrow and try again.
All right, so there's Jirashi's and there's the Festuatum Lacquery you could stay at for the night.
We're going to the Stone Break.
Stonebreak. You head to Jirashi's Stonebreak. It's just filled with miners from the Lacquery, a couple from the Western Boar as well, and sort of the People's Mine.
Does there
They're
seem to
calling
be any hostility between peoples of the two mines?
Not among the workers at all.
Okay, cool. Good.
And they all seem pretty jovial. They're having a good time. A lot of them seem like pretty tired, and they're sort of drinking heavily. Jirashi is tending bar. She'll handle any food and drinks you want, and you can just hang out for the night.
Jirashi!
Hey, Alik. I gave away my last little bit of money at the mining camp. Can you cover me for food in bed tonight?
Alright, but you're eating ham shank.
I can live with that.
So you place your orders, you eat your food, and you spend the night at Jirashi's Stonebreak. It'll cost you 10 gold total.
That's an expensive tavern.
Yeah, we've been tipping Jirashi. Jirashi likes us. Jirashi's not
Yeah.
gonna hook us up.
Maybe we should try to do another performance to make some.
You could.
They are the heroes of this town that I forget the name of.
Rimshire.
I'm sure.
Don't include that part in the song. I don't think that's going to go over well.
Nice to see you. I love this town. You guys are great.
Check
Gotta
the
be
back
pretty
here,
naughty.
didgeridoo. Good night, Brimshire. Yeah, if you want, you can make a performance.
Let's do it. Let's perform.
All right.
We always
Everyone
perform.
who's performing, roll performance.
Obviously, Alik. That's better than last time.
Hey, there you go.
That's a 17.
That's a 28.
Just hyping the shit out of them.
I presented
you're-
mild to moderate amount of hype.
You're less
I'll get in
hyped.
on this as well. Let's see how this goes.
Right.
I'm pretty tired out from the last time I provided
That's a
perfect hype.
20.
Oh, damn. Yeah, the performance is pretty amazing. You sort of rile up everyone in the bar, you get them all on your side, and everyone is rather impressed. You get... People don't have
7,000 gold.
quite as much money. Another 5 gold.
If somebody tips us a crystal ball,
I won't be needing this anymore. Just slams a crystal ball.
it made them cry so deeply that they gave up scrying.
Well, some of them we sang Revolution again, of course, because this is the song, its birthplace.
Mhm.
And some people changed over to our mining camp. They didn't like the Lackeries. Does anybody else know any good Against the Power songs?
I think we do Old Town Country Road.
Play some
One
Rage
time.
Against the Machine.
There's also this song about a bunch of sea creatures under the sea that rebel against their king. We could
They
sing that
eat.
one.
They eat their masters and live a life of free communalism as a result.
And hey,
That's the true
Dirty
meaning of
Dog
the Little
got
Mermaid.
Yeah, it's
done
true
dirt
meaning.
cheap.
Yes. Back in black. Okay, so in the morning, the tavern is fairly empty. Again, the sounds of hammers against metal and the billows of the forges and smelters waft over you as you exit the tavern.
So
There you
I
go.
don't have any smelter friends. We could try to make some smelter friends. Otherwise, I would like to head over to Spark and Steel.
All right. Spark and Steel is actually still closed. Doesn't seem to have opened this morning.
I want to grab both the handles and scream, "Let me in!"
You make a big scene on the street. A few people are looking around at you like, what?
Let's
Can we-
knock at it. See what happens. Like knock on the door. Say, hey, fire guy, whose name I don't remember. Open up. It's your friends. And you want to also sleep in the arena? Everyone seems to want to. I don't know.
It's just silence. Nothing returns
Are there
your
windows?
call.
Like, can we peek inside?
There are windows. There doesn't appear to be anyone inside.
Mm.
It's fairly abandoned for the moment. In fact, looking inside, make a perception check. There you go. You're familiar with the shop. You look towards the back where the forge and anvil and crucible and everything are, and you see that the anvil is there. The forge is not lit, and most of the tools seem to be missing as well. And the shop is
Sorry, what way?
empty. There are no arms or armor anywhere in the interior.
Pick the
of
lock,
shop.
Wildware. We need to go in. This is our friend.
This is someone I wanted to sleep with. So wait.
Is there anybody walking by on the street?
Yeah, there are plenty of people walking by in the street. There are like
I
miners,
s-
picks. And...
Can I stop someone and ask if they know what time he's opening today?
Okay, yeah, just stop the first person you see.
Yeah.
No time. Pick the lock.
Excuse me. Do you happen to know when this place opens? I thought that they opened earlier in the day.
So, I saw a fellow with a white cloak in there yesterday. Thermo's not there today. I don't know what's happening. He's usually there by this time.
That is what I was worried about. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, did that white cloak have a big old sun on it?
Didn't catch a good look at it. It was a big billowy white cloak with gold fringe. It was totally clean. I never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that'll be the one.
Oh,
Well,
see you around.
have a good one. Sounds like our friend was conscripted, unfortunately.
Pick the lock.
Well, I mean, we might as well be safe. Can I pick the lock?
You can try to pick the lock, sure.
I'm gonna go to the opposite side of the street and try to create a very loud distraction.
All right, roll performance. What kind of distraction are you creating?
Just trying to get like 3-card Monty, get people
Do some
eyes
magic
over.
tricks, yeah.
Yeah, being a usual.
Yes, I will
I
help
think
him
mine-
with that.
Mine comes out to, I think, a 24. With the gloves.
And that's 17 or 27.
All right, you managed to draw much of the attention over to you. Chance to like doing card tricks and performing simple magic tricks with people. Well, when you pick the lock in one swift motion, it's that easy.
I'm gonna go inside.
Slip
What kind of
inside.
tips did Chance get while he was distracting?
And remember, I'm very charismatic.
You get a total of 4 silver.
Nice.
Hey, I'll take it.
Getting paid to do crime.
All right, you're inside the shop.
All right, I'd like to look around and see if there's like a back room.
Yeah, there's a back room where the forge is. The forge is cold and unused. There's an anvil there. There are sort of racks on the walls where normally there'd be tools like tongs and swage and die and things like that. Files and other blacksmith tools. They're all missing.
Is there anything personal, like any journals or anything that might belong to Thermos? Thermos?
Thermo.
Thermo. Roll perception.
His name is not Thermos.
I don't know. It
Thermos,
could
the
be.
blacksmith.
That's 25.
Oh my god. So you're kind of just like rifling through all of his stuff. You find a bunch of like work orders and sort of like contracts and papers. They're all like mostly to locals. Some are to the Lackery, some are to make like mining picks or portion.
Do any of those contracts indicate anything that has to do with the military?
Roll investigation.
Oh, that's a 3.
You're not really familiar with these types of contracts as you've never worked with Smiths personally, and his handwriting is a bit strange as well. So it's very difficult to tell what a lot of these are for. You don't recognize many of the names, and it's hard to like piece together
You know, I was
any kind of pattern.
I was an apprentice smith, and
You're not even there.
Am I not there? I thought I went
Oh,
inside.
just Welgwyn is inside.
Just kidding. I'm not even anything.
All right, well, I know that the folks in the party with me have knowledge that I don't have, so I'm just going to kind of shove a bunch of these into my bag
All right.
and hope for the best. Is there anything else of value around in here? Any swords or weapons of any kind?
Let's see. Roll 3d6. No.
All right. Well, with that, I will return to the rest of the party out on the street and close and lock up behind me, or just make it look like it's correctly closed up.
You can relock it with your picks.
And I'm gonna make sure to put the final cash deposit in for them too.
Look, I'm not just trying to leave it open to anybody, We're
Yeah.
friends.
Chance concludes his distraction after he sees you exiting the store.
Friends, quote unquote. We've purchased things from him once.
We've stolen things from him now, so that's fun. That's how I make friends.
Yeah, in Welgwyn's book, that means you're a definite close friend.
If I pay someone for something, I mean,
not
what
a
other
friend.
kind of friendship is there? All right, so I'm going to pull everyone into like a little huddle and say, hey, I think that he was just conscripted, but I can't really make heads or tails of a lot of these contracts. Does anybody know anything about like smithing or what any of this stuff means?
I'm glad you asked, Welgwyn. Yes, actually, I was an amateur or a smith's apprentice, and I have some
You wanna
knowledge
look
of
through
the trade.
Roll investigation.
I'm not very good at investigating, but I will give it my best, and I think I know
Whoa!
my second one tonight. I've rolled.
Elite
It is.
finally knows.
It's not tin.
Oh, I see. This is all manifest regarding tin. Perfect. That's my area of expertise.
So there are a number of contracts to the Lackery family themselves, also to the Lackery mines, some of which are for like somewhat exotic weapons that you think like wouldn't really even be that useful necessarily, or pieces of armor that are mostly ornamental. There is a trail leading back like years of contracts with what you sort of make out to be Thauron officials, possibly visors or people involved in the military in Thaura. But it spans years and there are occasional contracts. There's nothing recently.
Well, I don't know what to make of this, really.
Well,
Then
I guess
that
I just
is-
stole
well-
all his files for no reason.
Should we put his files back? He might want them when he comes back.
I wish I
did
had
he
locked
put all
the
his
door.
armor?
Just put them on the front step or something.
Can I slide them under the door?
In the mailbox.
Roll sleight of hand. You're gonna like it's this big like stack of things. You're gonna have to slide them one by one.
And remember, your
Okay,
gloves help.
that's
You're
a
pretty fucking good.
25.
While your friends kind of like huddle around the door a bit, acting like they're whatever, just being loitering, being vagrants. You're able to slide all of the paperwork back under the door.
All right.
Sounds like me.
Well, what do you guys
just
want to
love-
do next?
I love the picture of a dwarf, two halflings, and a tiefling shoving a bunch of stuff under a door together. That's not conspicuous at all.
Nobody look at us. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. We're good. We're all good here. How are you?
Most townspeople are like just walking by, eyeing you, giving you the side eye, like, what the heck are they doing?
We're just crazy out of towners. Don't mind us. Eccentric
Yeah, I
folk.
guess so.
Is this not how you guys deliver mail in Brimstone? This is how you do it in other places.
Brimshire.
What did I say?
It's
Brimstone.
Brimshire!
Oh, the Shire. I think Welgwyn's been there. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh boy.
Oh God, we
All
delivered
right.
the mail to the wrong place.
So what are you guys doing with the rest of the day?
More
You're
mail
heading
fraud?
Back to Thaura?
we should probably go to Thaura.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Depart Brimshire. Let's get traveling music.
In our riding horses, summon those boys up, and possibly ladies.
I think they're genderless. Why would you summon horses with gender? Like that doesn't. I don't need gender.
So you can only have them for 1 hour a day, right?
1 hour per cast.
Per cast, yeah.
Cast. How many times can you cast it?
It has 3 charges every day. So
And
this
he
is
can
the
cast-
second charge.
You can cast it at a higher level too, to increase the number, but that
You
doesn't
don't
really
need
matter.
the number, yeah.
Yeah, so he can cast it. I think probably up to.
Oh wait, why did I say charges?
Is it a level 3 spell? It's a level 3 spell, right?
Sorry, give me a second. I don't remember.
If it's a level 2 spell, he can cast it up to like 9 times a day. If it's a level 3 spell, it's 7. So 10 or 7 times.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a level 3 spell.
7 times a day. But I don't think you'd want to use all the spell slots.
So you make it to
The
sort of
problem-
like the outskirts of Hydeton. We can, for the sake of brevity, just say like it takes you 2 days to get back to Thaura. You
Sounds
rest in
good.
the wild on your second day.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
So you're basically at the city gates of Thaura.
So we don't actually want to be at the city gates. We kind of want
Are
to.
we outside a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's just. I assume we would have talked about this. What are you guys thinking here? What's our plan? Because the syndicate
Well,
is going to kill
Are
us.
we still thinking
Or sort of
Chance and
houses
Wogman's
and-
big day in the city?
houses and farms
As our-
dotting the outside.
They probably would know that you're with us, so maybe not Chance and Welgwyn.
But what if different person and Welgwyn go in there?
Or what if different person and other different person go in there? Disguise
So-
both.
I can only do it to me. Fun fact.
Is this illusion or is this like a disguise?
No, this is illusion. It's like we
Oh,
roll.
does
I can-
somebody have proficiency in disguise kit, like some sort of ranger or something?
I mean, I have a disguise kit. Surprisingly, why do I have a disguise kit?
Because you're a charismatic person.
Yeah,
that a thing you
all the
can-
theater of it.
Do you know how to disguise people? As other people?
I mean, I've put makeup on people. So sure. Working in the circus.
Because if we can't send them in safely, I think we should just all go in together, expect the attack, and deal with it.
Get the map of Thaura out too. Are you all just going in?
What is everyone's thoughts and feelings on this?
I mean, I don't know how many options we have, really.
Additionally, I can only change myself for an hour.
You know, was there any other reason we needed to go into Thaura besides to just get paid?
We wanted to try to find some leads on Mrs. Cecile. Lucretia.
That's true. So I was gonna say I could just call Teluria and have her bring out our money, but we don't want to go in.
We could
But if we
work
wanna
with
talk to-
Teluria to kind of like announce our success and our payment and maybe bait the syndicate into a trap that we know they're going to attack.
That's true.
Because they'll try to steal the money too, I would think.
All right. I'll give her a call and ask her to help us with that, or ask her to call us back as soon as she can.
Leave a voicemail,
Yeah. Her voicemail.
literally.
In her head.
Also, Chance, you and I should probably hit up our banker while we are in Thaura.
Oh.
Troy.
Is it-
A little insight. When she said banker, did she like wink or? Oh, I don't know.
You have no clue. She's
Have fun at
shifty.
the bank.
She's normal.
All right. Let's see. So
I
I'll
didn't see
cast
that.
sending to Teluria, unless anybody else has any objections.
So, is that what we're doing, or are we meeting her somewhere inside and baiting the syndicate, or what's our plan here?
I think err on the side of caution with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure maybe she could call us back and let us know how they've been doing with the syndicate, and if we're still in a lot of danger, and if she's willing to bait with us, or I don't know.
Sounds good. I like that
Okay.
idea.
All right.
Casting sending.
Yeah, cast sending. I said we are outside Thaura. Please, contact us. We want to know about the syndicate and also pick up our payment. Please help us enter safely soon.
Okay. It takes a few moments before you get your response. You hear Teluria Delphi come through. She says, Erida.
Hello.
Well, you're not talking to her. She's just
Oh, I
responding.
thought we could. Okay.
Nope.
That was so confusing the first time. I'm never gonna remember it.
Things are difficult in Thaura for the moment. Perhaps you should come speak with me if you can. It's the only message you get back.
Did you relay the message to us?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to get paid.
Well, do we want to go into the city and meet with her, or?
Absolutely, because we deserve to be paid for our services.
Are we just going to walk in as ourselves?
Maybe we'll walk in, but walk in cautiously. Like with extra caution.
All right.
Do I know of any sneaky ways to get into Thaura without being noticed?
Roll history. Let's just do history.
It's 19.
No, then. You know there are two main gatehouses. and one large wall that goes all the way around Thaura. You don't know of any sneaky ways to get in necessarily.
Okay.
You haven't been able to find any in the past.
Well, it seems like there's not much else we can do but head straight in, but hopefully, I mean, they probably already know we're nearby, to be honest. They seem to have been following our moves.
If they do ambush us with overwhelming force, just come to me, and I'll at least buy time for the guards to show up.
All right.
Sounds good.
So you head into Thaura. Past the main gate, there are guards. The town's guard is there. All right, halt. What's your business in Thaura? Just need to write it down. It's not a big deal. Just whatever
We're here
it
to
is.
see Telluria Delphi for some business we've had with her.
How do you spell that?
I spell it.
Telluria
Perfectly.
Delphi. Okay. And your name?
Nerida.
Nerida. He takes down all the names of everyone in your party.
I would like to lie about what my name is.
All right, roll deception. What do you tell
I
him
feel
your
like we
name
should
is?
all lied, but I guess it's too late for that.
Well, that's a 15.
Marjorie Hornsworth. Okay. He takes down your names, but not Welgwyn's name.
So I believe that these guys are genuinely guards.
Roll insight.
$18 plus like 8 or something
Plus a
like
billion, because
that.
you're a
Plus a
cleric.
billion. 9, I think now.
They are definitely acting in an official capacity as town guards. They seem
Okay.
very new and not terribly bright and not entirely sure of what they're doing.
Okay.
So heading into the city, it looks fairly normal. People are all over the streets. There are kids playing in the streets, playing like hoopstick and stuff like that, kicking small like leather pouches around, playing with each other. Nothing seems terribly out of the ordinary.
Is there anybody following us?
You don't see anyone following you necessarily, but you do notice as you pass one of the taverns, there is a tiefling outside who sort of gives you a second look. He has long black hair, white horns, and ashy black skin, and deep blue eyes. She sort of just grins, like she notices that you noticed her, and she sort of grins at you and waves a bit.
I don't trust that tiefling over there. She noticed us. Never trust a tiefling like Grandpa.
League, I swear, dude. It's how many times do we have to teach this lesson to you, old man?
Otherwise, you can head to the Vitas Arcanum, which is where Telluria is.
Let's do that.
Okay.
As we're walking away, though, I want to turn back around and just give like a low head nod to the tiefling.
She sort of just grins at you a bit and turns back to whatever it is she is doing, like looking at her hands or something like that. Just flipping a coin around a bit. You head over to the Vitas. It's an enormous building. Big inscription on the front says Vitas Arcanum. You're familiar with. The doors open. You sort of walk in, and you're greeted by a man with sort of like short black hairs. Hold. What's your business at the Vitas?
We're here to see Telluria. She's expecting us.
All right. If you would wait here for one moment, I will check with her and make sure. Your names? Takes down your names.
Nerida, blah, blah, blah.
I would like to lie again.
All right, roll deception again.
Just for fun, I want to tell this guy my name is Gertis.
Wait. I can reroll.
You can re-roll that. All right, roll deception, Chance.
Oh, that's a 12.
Why does that keep happening? Marjorie, okay. You very obviously know. You guys like stutter and lie very badly. You have like a million tells. It's like, okay. He heads off up the stairs.
Gertis? Gertis, you did Gertis? You threw me off so bad. I had it at the guards.
I couldn't. You had a cool name already lined up.
Marjorie?
It's better than Wellwood.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Shots fired.
You know, I had an
Come-
Uncle Curtis. Good man.
See, it's a common name.
Comes back a few moments later. Yes. Telluria is expecting you. Fortunately, she has a quick break. She can speak with you briefly. I'll show you up to her office. Leads you up to Telluria's office. She's like knee deep in paperwork. There's just paper all around her desk. Yes, come in. She has you like all sit around her desk or stand, as there are only like 2 or 3 chairs available. Again, books line all the shelves. They all look very old. Nerida, Alik. Unfamiliar with some of your party. They seem to have given strange names to my staff. Who are these people?
It's strange names. This is, it's a cultural thing. So it's,
Yep.
names are strange to different cultures. It's,
Marjorie, was it?
yes.
We're also
100%.
all feeling pretty on edge about how things were left with the Syndicate last time. They've attacked us a few times, so I think some of our party members didn't want to be fully associated with us.
You have a party who don't wish to be associated with you.
As far as the Syndicate is concerned, which, Thaura
I
had
see.
to leave.
Well, assure you that Henry is not a member of the Syndicate, but who knows how long it'll be before he's on their payroll. Things have been devolving a bit, yet but there is a significant amount of concern at court over the breach of the Great Dividing Wall. We are glad that you were able to deliver the arms and armor on time. Fortunately, it may have been better than we needed. I believe you were promised 5,000 gold upon successful delivery.
Oh, yes, we were.
So, unfortunately, funds have been diverted somewhat.
I called it, didn't I? Didn't I call it? I told you.
Not right now.
I don't want you to leave empty-handed, so I have this. She puts a pouch on the table. I believe there's 2,000 in there for you, and I'm sure that once things settle down, we can arrange for the rest to be paid.
Do you have any, magical artifacts or anything that could make up the difference?
Fortunately, I don't even have time to go and catalog what we have and see if there's anything available. As I've said, nearly everything is being diverted towards this effort.
Perhaps we can meet with someone else and make up the difference that way. Find some magical items that they believe are worth the difference.
I can try to arrange something if you're willing to stay in town for another day. At that point, there's a knock on the door, and it just opens. And a man in an enormous white cloak, sort of bulbous face, huge chest, sort of head just sitting down on his chest. You can't even see the neck. Walks in, the white cloak emblazoned with the glorious sun. He looks very familiar to you. He said,
Teluria, I have some news that requires your immediate attention. Can we get these people out of here? I need to discuss this with you in private.
very well. Visor Addison, please excuse me. You can wait in the lobby for a moment. I'll be with you shortly. Sort of sees you out of the room.
Before we leave Teluria, do you happen to have a crystal ball on you by any chance?
I don't keep any spare crystal balls around. I'm sure we have some in the
surely you could pick up
repository.
another one in the time between now and when
I will try to figure something out if it is necessary for your duties.
Yes, it is.
Visor Addison, this is
Truly, I need to speak with you now. It's rather urgent.
please wait outside. I'll be with you in a moment. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Hey,
You
he
got
lives
me.
forever. He's a hidden man.
I'm gonna suggest Gertrude go and get us a drink for Gertrude to disappear, isn't it? What do you think? Well,
Was it Gerwin? Gurdon?
Gertrude? I thought it was Gertrude.
Wait, my alias
Marjorie
was Marjorie.
Sorry,
and Gertis.
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 disappear.
Gertis,
Get us
Nerdis,
some drinks.
Nardis.
Wink, wink.
Mm.
Nudge,
All right,
nudge.
that's where we're ending
I see
for
where you're
tonight.
coming from.
We won't have one next week for a couple reasons. It's President's Day weekend. My mom is coming in town. So we won't have one next weekend, but the following weekend we'll catch up with more Tales from Tuatha. Thank you so much. Who's it? Indigo Chameleon dropped a raid on us. Awesome. Great to see all you people from their channel. I know they do D&D too. I haven't been able to check it out yet, but it seems pretty cool. Remember to follow. Hit the follow button. We do this usually every week. Next week we're not able to do it, but the following week we will at 4 p.m. PST. We play games during the week on our Discord. We're playing like Escape from Tarkov. We'll play other stuff too, Factorio, Rocket League, whatever. Play everything. Thank you so much to the players again. You guys are awesome. I love you. It's been a lot of fun today, and I think I'm really excited to see how this story unfolds with all of you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for more Tales from Tuatha. Bye.
Woo!
Bye.
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 Oh.
And that's how we broke it.